What's up, Chris, Terry? Yeah, we in the building. I'm gonna play some music, give a little time to pass, and see who gonna roll up in here, cause we got some things to discuss. Cause obviously a lot of people in the R. Kelly sector, they want to talk about everything but R. Kelly and wonder why all these years I think they weird as hell.
They ain't think I keep the tabs. They ain't think I keep the dates. Bring your mouth, bring the bill up. Now you looking at the rates. Yeah, I walk in like a price check. You ain't in my budget, why you upset? All that talk, put it on my name. Now your life got a barcode, scan that shame. Screenshots say, baby, archive heavy. Every day well, I'm just playing already. Smiled in my face through shade off scene. Now you staring at the totals from a receipt queen. Prima donna, I'm the receipt queen. You want the story of the screenshots claim. You did the most, now you get the feedback. They didn't expect the clap back, clap back. Prima donna, I'm the receipt queen. I got the timestamps, you got the back routine. You lit the fuse, now you feel the heat back. They didn't expect the clap back, clap back. You was big talk, baby. Tiny in the proof, all caps on line, lowercase in the truth. Heard you running little laps with my name on your tongue, but your statements bounce back. Insufficient funds, I don't chase, I just started the mess. Every lie on the ledger, every fake little flex. You perform, I perform, the review on the scene. Certified, verified, petty, but pristine. Say it with your chest, not a burner page. I'm the headline, you the comment rate. You press send, I press save. Guess who's looking great today? Prima donna, I'm the receipt queen. You wrote the story of the screenshots claim. You get the most, now you get the feedback. They didn't expect it. Clap back, clap back. Prima donna, I'm the receipt queen. I got the time since you got the back routine. You lit the fuse, now you feel the heat back. They didn't expect it. Clap back, clap back. Thought I stay quiet. Thought I stay nice. You play cheap games. Now you pay full price. Clap back. Prima donna, I'm the receipt queen. You want the story and the screenshots claim. You did the most, now you get the feedback. They didn't expect it. Clap back, clap back. Prima donna, I'm the receipt queen. I got the time since you got the back routine. You hit the fuse, now you feel the heat back. They didn't expect the clap back, clap back.
What's up, EJ? Larry Nelson. What I will do is I'll post the previous videos that I've done on Drea Kelly, and then I'm pretty sure there's going to be one video that I'll have to update, and that should give clarity as far as what I think about Drea Kelly, allowing these people to use her to give credibility to a whole lot of jankies that got up on these platforms, including Surviving R. Kelly, and took her damn kids' generational wealth from her goofy ass. That's what I think. She sat up here and wanted to live this life. She wanted to be the wife. But then it seemed like to me, as I kept hearing the stories unravel, it seemed like to me, a lot of people didn't even know she was the wife. It seemed like to me, a whole lot of resentment started to take place when she felt like she wanted to have this type of career. And people will glaze over how she was R. Kelly's choreographer. She was around doing a whole lot of stuff. So when it came to specific allegations and they allowed her to masquerade around her with her stories and give her the victim title, It don't change the fact that people should have held her accountable regardless of what side you were on for the roles that she played in. I'm gonna give a little more time and I'll be right back. What's up, Tay Tay? You know I'm always gonna say janky because they hate it. But that's the perfect word to wrap up all the stuff that they subjected us to in 7 years, getting mad because I don't have to listen to janky people. I don't have to run with their information. And I could question whatever I want to question because I don't care how they feel. Ha!
They wrote headlines like they holy scripture. Grab them frames till it fit the picture. Pull that curtain, told us what to see. But we were in a crowd, we remember every scene. They spin stories till the spin get dizzy. Call it justice when the math forget. They try to paint them as a ghost, as a sin. But the songs cut deep, they lived in our skin. Yeah, we cage faith in a courtroom file. Can't kill truth with a crooked smile. We were there, we were more than a few. We ain't moved when they told us to. The king of R&B will return. Say it loud, let the whole world hear. All the scandal, all the lies ain't true. We remember what we know it's true. They try to take us down, make us fall. But the fans stay fire in the cold. We were not gonna stand tall for the throne. Cause we on the right side of history. Yeah. They want us fractured, blind and distracted. Argue in the comments, never see the tactics. Edit up clips till the cut look clean. And feed fear like a broken machine. But I seen her in a man's two eyes. I seen grace in the stage goodbye. Saw the flaws, and we still saw hard. You can't fake that part, you can't fake that part. No, we manifest freedom every chant, every tweet, every late night prayer when we barely sleep. You can block one account, can't block what we feel. You can skip one name, can't kill, can't go right and be will return. Say it loud, let the whole world hear. All the scandal, all the lies they true. We remember what we know it's true. They try to take his crown, make us go. But the fans stay fire in the cold. We're not gonna stand tall for the throne. Cause we on the right side of history. Yeah, look janky from the outside, baby, yeah. But the faith in this side, far from lazy. We the ones that they label extreme. Cause we ain't trade truth for a trending meme. So write your blogs, run your late night jokes. We the lifeline in the song he wrote. Every stream is a seed we sow. If you know, then you know. If you know, then you know. Keep the R&B we say it loud, let the whole world learn. All the scandal, all the lies they true. We remember what we know it's true. They try to take us down, make us fall. But the fans stay fire in the cold. We were not gonna stand tall for the throne. Cause we on the right side of history. Yeah, right side.
I don't think they heard me. I said it looks janky from the outside looking in. Why people get mad at me? Cause they out here doing felonious shit, and I always try to rope in people, take the focus off the case, and then get mad when I put it right back in your face. What's up, Galatians? How you doing? How you doing? Larry Nelson. See, they gonna get mad when I get back to that point, but we gonna reserve that for another live when it comes to the savages and all them people that felt like it was cool to engage in all the stuff they did under the presumption that R. Kelly's so guilty. But my perception of the jankiness was, if he's so damn guilty, why y'all got to do all this stuff? Why y'all got to get up with the attorneys and shape these narratives? Why y'all got to sit here and do all this strategizing with the prosecutors to get these indictments based on false pretenses, telling them this man was a sadistic predator preying on kids? Then you gonna tell them of a so-called 30-year history, and you can't bring not one damn child and put one child on that stand, but people want to keep playing around when we say wasn't no kids in the case, because they looking at the paperwork and they say, well, this happened when this person was 15, 16, and they want to skip what we're saying. Pay attention. Listen carefully. A predator, a pedo, is not going to change up their strategy to fulfill their desires. You feel me? So if you thought that people on these platforms was going to be able to shape a narrative with people who have common sense to know this fact, to know the psychology behind predators and pedos, and you wanted to distort people's perspective because you wanted to push these agendas, that's your business. I can't sit up here and talk about what nobody's intent was, whether they claim to be supporters or whether they claim to be ops. I don't give a fuck about that shit. That shit childish as hell. But what I wasn't going to be doing is allowing people to gaslight me to come out here with some bullshit, janky ass information, get mad because I have my own view of the stuff they sent me, the stuff I verified, the stuff I witnessed on these platforms, and how I saw the strategy being implemented by prosecutors. So when you add the layer of all of the misconduct that the attorney is supposed to shed light on in court, and people go through 2 trials and have the freaking audacity to think they could come on these platforms and patronize prima donna because they can't hear me say what I've said over and over. And even when they do replay what I said, which is, I never said that I was here to free R. Kelly, because they're so distorted, they want to misinterpret what I'm saying to go over there and team up with people who said they can keep R. Kelly in jail. They gonna do this and that to R. Kelly. They gonna have him assaulted. They want to go cap for them type of people. They want to go cap for the people that help the prosecutors. They wanted to cap all these years for the people who was throwing R. Kelly under the bus, acting like they was helping him. And when they do some felonious ass shit and get caught up, they can go in them people's face and say, well, I did this for R. Kelly. And we gonna sit out here and keep talking in circles, because I ain't gonna keep saying I don't believe he was aware of how all this social media shit affected his due process. And the people who wanted to act like that was their major concern, due process, civil rights violations, etc., you could obviously tell where they went wrong trying to focus on a person like me documenting the pieces, because they wanted to come out here and rewrite history. It ain't going down like that, boo-boo. What's up, J-Rock? Let me hear one more song and I'm going to get into the content.
I'm calling, yeah. They love the plan when I roll for them. Now they act brand new, say they never sing along. Play those checks while they play that man, turn the volume up. Now they claim they moved on. They from the pain and they watch them. Try to bury the name in the same wristband. But the song still lives in my heart, that no. You can say my love, but you can't say where it goes. You got the key, you still believe. Prima donna, don't freak it out. On every beat, you can point, you can play, try to trust it down. But you can't touch the whole thing we're talking about. Take a listen. When they're selling, when they scream, can't change my mind, and that's so much freedom. Where are you? They said, hush, let a girl say his name like they didn't build mansions on his name. The flowers bad, left a thorn in place. Now they throwing stones, trying to hide their face. But I won't fold just to fit their script. I won't trade my voice for the politics. To go watch you still when it won't be on. Cause a real friend love never turns on and on. Don't count the king out. Still believe. Prima donna, don't speak it out. On and repeat. You can pour, you can play, try to drown things out. But you can't touch the whole like we're talking about. When they say it, when they scream against, you can't take my mind, you can't feel my truth. They can drag my name, but they can't drag my choice. You can bend my face, but you can't bend my voice. It's my love of sins, that says more about you. I'll keep writing down what we're living through. From the king out, you still believe. Prima donna, go speak it out. On and repeat. You can point, you can blame, try to drown us in doubt. But you can't touch the whole thing we're talking about. We can fix it. When they say it, when they scream against, you can't take my mind, you can't so much truth.
EJ says, should I go live more often? Well, just my advice, anybody that's going to be on these platforms, either you're going to have to do one or two things. You're going to have to go live often, which is what you see a lot of these characters on these platforms doing. Even if they ain't got a damn thing to talk about, they going live, because even I experience it. YouTube be tripping with notifications. So that's why I be saying when people be posting shit, sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. But if you did it more frequently, whether you went live or you did uploads, it'll help push your site. It'll help people see what you're posting more than just hit or miss, because it's just like that on YouTube or any of these platforms. Larry said, how did he have women trapped when he has to sleep? Who was watching the door while he slept? How did he have women trapped in his mansion without Drea Kelly knowing? Well, you already know how they're going to try to play it. Like I said, they let people that they once tried to play as enablers come back around the corner and be a victim to avoid accountability. They want to have somebody like Sparkle tell a story about, oh, she had to knock on the door or tap her foot, all that goofy ass shit, because they don't want to give you the full scope of why this was going on, why he had rules, this, and that. That would be equivalent to people like Lisa Van Allen talking about R. Kelly told me this about Aaliyah, but then you got Drea Kelly, the wife, saying, oh, we didn't talk about this. She don't know nothing about the topic at hand, even though she was around. If you go back to the Summer Buddies video, you saw Aaliyah, you saw Drea Kelly busting it wide open. So, like I said, these people and they selective storytelling, that's why I don't take nothing they say. That's why when I started my platform, I started doing a whole lot of research on the subject matter. All the characters that fell out the woodworks, that's another subject matter. You know, people don't want to give you the whole story. They want to give you bits and pieces to shape a narrative. But ain't no way in hell you're going to convince me. The same way, was Diddy holding hostages, or did they come back with a defense that argued the fact that, hey, How is he holding them hostage when they leave and do this and do that and do that? You got a goofy motherfucker out here talking about R. Kelly was paid for his performance on Gayle King, and he out his mouth tell you how am I holding people hostages? I don't do that. I don't even have a basement. When he say stuff like that, and you got a dizzy bitch out here trying to undermine what he was saying, trying to act like it was a performance, I can't take. Oh, these people just irk my soul. This shit just irk my soul. What's up? What's up? What's up? Everybody else that just fell in the chat. Ashley, I don't know if I spoke to you or not. But anywho, the first thing I'm going to share with y'all is an upload that I did, because obviously, first and foremost, we must handle the business. We got to talk about the new trial. And like I said, when I structure my content, it's based off of the paperwork plus the research plus my observations. And if people couldn't understand my strategy and how I produce my content, and some wanted to jump ahead, come up with other conspiracies and other bullshit, that's them. But when it comes to how I laid this content out, you will notice that when the paperwork dropped, I came in and I started to pick the strategies that the defense was putting out there. I read the prosecutors, of course, just like we all do. But as I've said, when I know the angles that they played, putting in that paperwork, I can read what they say, and I can read what the defense says. And I could also give you reasonable doubt as to why I question everything on these platforms and wasn't finna put my focus on specific characters and develop these obsessions that we see now. So let's go into this first video, right?
Now, those that have been following me know exactly the strategy behind my research. I put certain content on YouTube, I put certain content on my website, and I put certain content on Patreon, especially when I've told you for years. A lot of people on these YouTube platforms are here to merely distract you, try to entertain you with a whole lot of bull crap nobody cares about. And the fact remains, they wanted people to come out here and do all this work, all this research, so they could watch these videos and try to piggyback off the talking points. So clearly, like I said, I wasn't the one running around saying I had all the information to free R. Kelly. Wasn't the one trying to go over there and be all in the middle of history, timeline, and my perspective of the moving pieces, considering everything that I documented can be broken down the way I want to for my supporters, not to be distorted by people playing games on YouTube. So, with all that being said, I just dropped a little video for my Patreon members to get a little more in depth with this case law that has been put in R. Kelly's motion. United States versus Gonzalez Lopez. Let's talk about that. Because obviously, the distractions only entertain the people who don't care about the case. And those are the same people that had Prima Donna fucked up, thinking I was going to do all my research, put it all out here on YouTube, and let people shit all over it, as you saw them try to do, trying to dismiss everything as a conspiracy because they don't know shit.
The math still ain't mathing. Look at this mess. I can watch him lie all day. Pass the popcorn. Welcome to Surviving Lies.
And he hadn't been proven guilty, so they couldn't forfeit the assets. But what they could have done was put them in another holding facility. So we was like, listen, that's the only thing we got that we have. Keith.
What? Huh? What?
Welcome.
Now I'm gonna run this back, because the selective outcry, the selective amnesia out here got old crackpot over there confused. Because to come out here and try to tell people don't listen to me, don't listen to Dana, don't listen to the people who clocking her tea right now, she might have forgot when she came out here exposing this person, exposing that person, exposing this person. She must have forgot the people that were ring, 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 calling up her phone was exposing this person, and skipped all the shit they sent me in between. So when I came out here years ago telling y'all they stealing R. Kelly shit, and it took a year or so after the fact for her to come out here mad at Money Man Keith and Don after putting motherfucking R. Kelly brother on Snitch 9 platform. And if you don't know who Snitch 9 is Larry McGee. But it was mighty funny. She could play these little reindeer games trying to infiltrate people and get information so she could get her motherfucking stupid ass over there on her platform knowing she can't even motherfucking breathe and shit, trying to come for a queen. Bitch, sit down some motherfucking work, because let's replay this shit again. They knew that the shit that they was going in the storage getting, the feds was supposed to or could have seized, especially when they helped the government secure a motherfucking janky ass RICO, right? If we knew that we were working with these people and we helped them get their conviction, you know what? Skip that. Let's pretend like they weren't working with the government. Let's just pretend like they were just being opportunists, because we could do this either way you want to do it. What I don't like is when people try to play these stupid ass games. So I'm going to give them reasonable doubt. Okay, let's pretend like they weren't working with the government the whole time that they were doing felonious shit. Let's just say they were being opportunistic and they got caught up doing goofy ass shit, right? So when people skip around how when Azriel was led to flip the script, she told the agent on the phone while being recorded that she went to that storage, right? So when I bring commentary about the chain of custody, not only for the tapes that was missing in Chicago, when I talk about the chain of custody with both of these cases and people want to moonwalk their motherfucking ass around the topic, clearly there was individuals going in and out this storage. So how would we know if people didn't plant shit in there in between? How would we know? But what we do know is that motherfuckers got on these platforms and said, me, this person, we sat at the table, we did this, because they knew the feds could come back and get the shit that they were stealing. Play it again. Turn your volume up. Listen to it, stupid ass.
To Surviving Lies.
And he hadn't been proven guilty, so they couldn't forfeit the assets. But what they could have done was put him in another holding facility. So we was like, listen, that's the only thing we got that we have to negotiate with. So me, Keith, Santee, and my mom said,
ain't that a bitch? This nigga threw his own mammy under the bus. He said, me, Keith, the power of attorney, Santee, the nigga that's in jail right now for some felonious shit. You see what this is? So when I come out here and I tell you the janky shit motherfuckers was doing around R. Kelly, I don't care who knows R. Kelly. I don't give a fuck who grew up with R. Kelly. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You got to pay the fuck attention to the shit that come out their mouth. What's up, Dana? Let me run it back one more time because I interrupted. I'm sorry. This shit just stupid. Stupid as hell.
And he hadn't been proven guilty, so they couldn't forfeit the assets. But what they could have done was put him in another holding facility. So we was like, listen, that's the only thing we got that we have to negotiate with. So me, Keith, Santee, and my mom sat at my living room table.
What in the world? Huh? What? You are kidding me. No way. I cannot believe that. Wait, you're serious? Wow. Absolutely wow.
So let's take a look at the screenshots. Because when I first started talking about stolen shit, it was courtesy of Miss Cass Jones telling me about a missing computer, right? And then we had a whole bunch of people thinking they could gang up on me, including them funky ass Olsen twins, sending people over here because I was questioning the goddamn what do you call it itself? The A&R. Because anybody with common sense would know, If R. Kelly been in this business for 30 years, if you think he needs a A&R, you batshit crazy. But what I do believe is what Greenberg confirmed very openly, that it's a whole lot of people around R. Kelly being given titles, whether it's self-appointed people or people that R. Kelly just said, hey, well, yeah, you can call yourself that. Why would I care about these people giving themselves titles? I don't care if it's a A&R, a cousin, a auntie, a motherfucking great auntie. I don't care, god sister, god brother, gods. I don't care who it was, right? So when you have internal conflicts that came to these platforms after the fact, even after Cash told me what she told me, years after, and you have Flower Pot that come out here, and 1 minute she going out the Iceman Key, talking about how blinged out he was. She over there doxing, talking about he got this restaurant, he got this, he got this. She done came out here talking about what she talking about every motherfucking body else except her ass. And while she's always been suspect to me, yet I never gave a fuck about who she was, and still don't to this day. But she might forget. Ain't nobody got to steal her work to screenshot why she's a goofy. Because who would come out here and incriminate the attorneys, the power of attorney, the so-called muscle, all these people she was collaborating with? Who would do that? Distort the fact that obviously she could go on bigger platforms who ain't gonna verify who the fuck she is, such as Court TV. You know, she could get her media connects over on bigger platforms such as Willie D. But she got the audacity to think she can control the small audiences that are over here. Are you cool? Are you cool? Because what I've said clearly all these years is why they pandering for the same audiences, going from platform to platform with each other and not putting that time and dedication to grow their own platform, whether they bought views like some or whether they decided to be a clout chaser like others. What does that matter? Huh?
R. Kelly is sending a message from prison demanding people leave his music alone. In an email sent to the Sun-Times, Kelly complains about his health, loss of his career, and his family over a pair of convictions on federal sex crime charges. Late last week, a collection of the R&B star songs briefly appeared on the major music apps, but Kelly's representatives say the release was unauthorized. Late last week, a collection of star songs briefly.
Now, I'm going to replay what the audio you just heard a while ago. Because you heard old Don the Muscle give you the names. He said him in the middle. He said Keith to the right. He said Santi to the left. He said his mammy went to the storage and stole some shit. You had R. Kelly coming out here saying, leave my shit alone. So now in her new strategy, she thinks she gonna rewrite and try to act like Dana out here putting out unreleased music. Are you cool? Because y'all could go look for yourself and look at all these platforms that came releasing unreleased music. You could go back to videos when I clocked an individual by the name of Jetfly Leaks way back when. Where the fuck was Flower Pot then? Oh, that's right. She was waiting to get an opportunity to come out here and be dumb, trying to expose some shit with her janky ass, bullshit ass 007 reject ass tactics. Let's play this shit the fuck again, because again, sometimes you got to watch this shit over and over. Sometimes you got to process the specific images I show you, because what I don't do is the shit that they do, come out here just lying because they some bitches. Welcome to Surviving Lives.
And he hadn't been proven guilty, so they couldn't forfeit the assets. But what they could have done was put him in another holding facility. So we was like, listen, that's the only thing we got that we have to negotiate with. So me, Keith, Santee, and my mom set up my living room table.
Now, who was he negotiating with? You can look at it two ways. You can look at it You can look at it as though maybe he was negotiating, trying to put the music out, because he said on many platforms, which I also got the recording, he putting that shit out for a profit. Exact words. What was Flower Pot? What was anybody else saying any goddamn thing? So if you're going to sit back quiet and let her try to rewrite because she want to go at Dana because she started fucking with me because she don't like the fact that I'm clocking what she doing with that goddamn inmate over there, you got prima donna fucked up, bitch. What is what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. Just look at how it plays out. They act like they don't know what the collages mean up here. She trying to push the, oh, well, prima donna didn't say nothing about the fake Celly because I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking person giving themselves no goddamn title no more than I give a fuck about her bitch ass. Fuck is you talking about? I had a point with the fucking live that I did then, just like I got a point with the live I'm doing now, because I'm gonna drag your stinky, funky ass to motherfucking hell every fucking time you think you're gonna come out here and play with me this whole time that I'm waiting to get my channel remonetized, ho, while you out here talking about, oh, prima donna just doing this for a YouTube check. Bitch, you know all the motherfucking reports y'all done put on my goddamn channel. My shit ain't monetized, so I'm dragging your bitch ass for free, ho. Fuck is you talking about? That's what I'm saying. I could speculate that she part of the takedown, or I could just show y'all all of the shit she was involved in that had me telling the super fans, y'all better stay y'all ass the fuck over there. And what they do, they want to bring their goofy ass out here. Oh, they trying to control who you watch. Bitch, I don't give a fuck who you watched. Why the fuck would I care who you watch on fucking YouTube? Is you cool? I give a fuck about you and your constituents always bringing bullshit to my motherfucking channel, and then you always want to make some shit about Dana J, even though all y'all funky bitches was all over there trying to be his friend. You know what? I think really deep down, y'all just really want to be Dana J friend. That's what the fuck I think. Y'all just wish he shut the fuck up, and then that's what I think. Really, y'all just really want to be Dana J friend, but y'all expose y'allself too early. And when I told y'all motherfuckers that, because if y'all was doing some little, investigating on Dana, you should have just played your position, bitch. When you exposed your hands over and over and over and over to prima donna, when you show me who you are, I'm gonna believe you. So if you show me you a janky, I'm gonna take that. I'm not gonna sit here and question it. I'm gonna just push you off to the side. You do what you want to do over there. The minute you think you're gonna tiptoe your ass over here and say anything about prima donna or use a little code name and act like I don't know you talking about me, bitch, I'm gonna let you know I know. But I'm gonna also let you know that you a non-motherfucking factor over here, bitch. So again, she started running with the shit. Oh, y'all didn't check the fake inmate. What you think more important to a person like me? Do you think going at a fake inmate according to you is an objective, when I clearly said that would be equivalent to the super fans that were being gaslit to come out here and put all their focus on Larry Snitch 9 McGee, when it didn't take that to realize he was giving third-hand information. And maybe if people wouldn't have kept fueling shit and let shit play out, let the attorneys do their fucking job, hello, you know how differently things would have went. So as we're talking about a new trial and we come to the realization that the inmate she out here windmilling for is an inmate trying to use his cooperation in R. Kelly case to get a lighter sentence because they want to hit him with a 34-year sentence, but he trying to knock it down to 20. And you wonder why, maybe in my perspective, he trying to double dip. Let's hypothetically say, because I'm gonna get to the lie as well, because she gonna sit here in 1 minute, she gonna put up the paperwork, and if you read what she put, she's so fucking stupid. You read what she put up, it tell you how all of this came into play with the Indian. It says that R. Kelly was receiving cryptic messages from an individual that claimed to be his Celly, right? He then gets his attorney to go check it out, right? This bitch get on Dana channel talking about he called Bo. He called R. Kelly's attorney. How the fuck would he call R. Kelly's attorney, number one, unless, number two, somebody plugged him in to do so? Number three, you mean to tell me while Bo Brentley is putting in paperwork in court saying he can't go visit his own client, but his client reaches out to him, says this Indian man got some information, he go visit the Indian man after this investigation occurs and come to the realization that the Indian is saying that, yes, he stole mail for the prosecutors and gave it to them. So clearly my perspective was, if that were the case, there should be some type of tangible evidence. Whether it's the prosecutors going to visit the inmate, a communication log, something outside of the inmate's words. Because while I watch these people try to act like Bo is lying or it's a conspiracy, obviously my whole point is, regardless of whether they intend to use the inmate as a witness or not, you still have to prove that the government made him do it. Because as we saw on these platforms, a lot of people voluntarily did shit and then cut deals. They want to get out here and act like the government made them do it. Oh, this person edited this. Oh, this person chopped up this. Motherfucker, y'all put all this shit on public display. I can't make this shit up. I can't. But hold on, let me get to the screenshot. Okay. Now, I guess old Flower Pot might have been distorted at why I just brought up Cash Jones again. Because mind you, I told y'all, 5 years ago, whenever I had my exchange with Cash, she was telling me about the stolen stuff. She told me who she thought was accountable for the device that was taken. And then when we saw this music start to get leaked, everybody was quiet. Even when a specific YouTuber publicized certain music, I guess, that they were sent, nobody talked about the screenshot I put up. And it wasn't even in a collage form. It was the straight up screenshot of the blogger's post who said Julius messaged him saying, take down the music for this reason and that reason. But from my perspective, it's again insight to the janky business tactics these people engage in. Because if you weren't trying to let people share the stuff that you post out here trying to generate views on your social media, you shouldn't post it. If you got a problem with people screenshotting and recording shit you publicly post, you shouldn't post it. I'm pretty sure if y'all talk to a specific Homeland Security agent, that's pretty much what they'll tell you when it came to people out here doing malicious shit, trying to dox and look up people to provoke them. They essentially tell you, you got to take control of your shit that you put out. So if you got your kids or whomever on your social media, this is my warning to you. You might want to take them off in case somebody might feel a way about you and decide, hey, I'm finna go over there and start fucking with their kids because I don't like the shit to come out their mouth. The fuck? Just to wrap all that up. So we're going to go to the next video. And then I'm going to give you a reaction to how all this shit got started. You know what? We're going to go to this one first because this is the one I just did today. And like I said, I got tunnel vision on all this shit they be doing. So when I set up my content weeks and even months in advance, then I come back and I double down on what I said because I see a person trying to implement me in the fuckery. Obviously, this is why I've always separated myself from the zoo animals. Because whatever they got going on is whatever they got going on. Whatever reason they fell out is the reason they fell out. Whatever reason they were told to go over here and play with them attorneys, I don't care. The point is, it caused me to say the defense was ineffective. That is another ground for a new trial. So we just gonna put that to the side. The second thing is the breach in the attorney-client confidential information. So when you got a motherfucker out here trying to act like they so in the know and they've been privy to certain information, then have the audacity to tell Dana, well, you don't have access to that information. It's under seal. So how you get the information? You don't think that some of the information that the Indian could be talking about is attorney-client information that he was given to the prosecutors, to go in alignment with what R. Kelly's attorney is talking about? So somebody can explain to me what the fuck an interview of him trying to say some good shit about R. Kelly and slandering a deceased person who's not here to confirm or deny if she had a situation with R. Kelly besides a professional relationship. Now they got to insert some sexual shit and get mad at you because you looking at them like the damn fools that they are.
Everybody knows when I say something, I'm a double back and double down on what the fuck I said, because a lot of people don't seem to hear me well when they spin these narratives, considering I told you why old Flower Pot was over there mad, so let's listen to her tell you herself.
Only reason I had the guy talk. Only reason I had the guy talk. Only reason I had the guy talk. Only reason I had the guy talk.
You see how I slowed it down for you? The only reason she had the guy talk. So how do we know she ain't tell the Indian guy to send the cryptic message, considering her stupid ass came out? I did an interview with him 2 years ago. So 2 years ago wasn't a great idea to say, hey, Bo, hey, attorneys, hey, this happened. This went on. You gonna wait till he fighting for a new trial. You gonna wait till you make this big brain idea to use him. And then this is the time to bring him out here to try to do some interviews, which, again, you be crazy as hell to think I give a shit about the interviews when you ain't catching the play. She said the only reason I got him to come out, so she propped him up, just like I said, to come out here with that bullshit. And she probably would have got away with it with a lot of other people if they had just left it at the good stories. Because mind you, you go back and look at Willie's other videos, the man came out talking about, we didn't talk about the case. We didn't talk about the case. And then slowly but surely, the motherfucker started talking about shit that was happening within the case, incriminating his attorneys. And when I come out here and say ineffective counsel, motherfuckers can't expound on that. They start getting offended because they know they was on some fuck shit. Because only a guilty conscience would make people behave the way they have behaved over the course of these 6-7 years when they see some goddamn collages that ain't for them to sit up here and react to, when they could have been reacting to all the motherfucking charges, all the bullshit that was going on that directly affected R. Kelly. Press play again.
He said he's from India. He's in there. He hasn't had sentencing.
Now, why didn't she tell why hasn't he had sentencing? Because according to his defense as broadcast on Google, it says that he's trying to negotiate his sentencing for his cooperation in R. Kelly's case. And you can go and look it up and read it yourself, considering the big brain bitch, again, be confusing me with the super fan.
He's got to pay for his calls. And he wanted to talk about his experience with Rob.
Maybe she missed in what I said was that I don't give a fuck. This man want to tell whatever story she pop him up to come out here and tell. Clearly, she could put money on his phone so he could do his interviews. She could solicit all the funds to these illegal cash apps and then try to deflect, making false allegations against people like me. Or she can realize why, again, Don't nobody give a damn about them stories when people want to skip hop around how he's trying to use R. Kelly, just like so many others, to bargain their way out of a long sentence.
Getting a lot of money. He basically just wanted enough money to do the interviews. He can't call you unless he has money on his books. He can't call me unless he has money.
And just park it right there. That's another thing why these people slow to me. They be so busy trying to pocket watch. If you think somebody give a damn why she was over there unlawfully soliciting cash apps for the Indian, because she want him to do some goddamn interviews, and she mad because I said her stupid ass could have funded his motherfucking cause. Hell, I done talked to plenty of people in jail, and it ain't but you could get 30 minutes for about $2-3. $2-3 get you 30 minutes. But that's neither here nor there. To sit here and be like, we give a shit, like we're assuming that he's collecting a lot of money, that ain't the point. That ain't the point. The point is, you know, since you're so smart, that it's against the law to be sitting out here soliciting cash apps for this trafficker in jail. You got mad because somebody reported it. You start putting that together with the fact and the things that I said, which had nothing to do with each other. You ain't hear me come out here and say, go report that cash app to get it shut down. You heard me after she tried to play with me say what she need to do is focus on why she came out here and publicly told y'all what she was doing, soliciting these unlawful funds and why she did it. Okay? We give a damn how much money he collected. Just like these people be up there when they get mad because ain't nobody watching them or contributing to their scams and frauds, they want to say, don't watch them, don't support them. If I pulled up my cash app for this YouTube channel, it would be very obvious I don't get cash apps from YouTube. You see the YouTube in the little ticker thing below? Do you hear me actively trying to push it? Do you hear me keep coming on here? Hit my cash app, hit my cash app. That became a second job to a lot of these motherfucking people. And they couldn't come out here and give you no information. But then when people start putting out their content, they wanted to find ways to shit over it. Let me get the fuck out of here.
So it only makes sense. Go ahead.
Every call, if he talks for an hour, that's $24. He ain't got that. So I'm raising money. I've already asked several people to have him on the platform. I don't have a problem with who he talks to. I don't care.
Didn't the Indian, somebody go tell Indian, hey, somebody go send this what y'all do. Go send this to Willie D. Because didn't the Indian tell Willie D that he wasn't trying to interview with nobody else, that he liked Willie D? Because obviously Willie D ain't challenging a goddamn thing to come out his motherfucking mouth, huh? The fuck?
Care about that. All I wanted was him to share positive stories about Robert. And the first thing Waffles does is start putting out negative shit about him. Why would you do that if the man has said nothing positive about Robert?
Did you hear the slip of the tongue and what she said? She said, why would you do that if the guy has said nothing positive about R. Kelly? I'm going to replay it so y'all can hear her stupid ass. Because this is why she needs to shut the fuck up talking about fucking prima donna. Because, bitch, I'm going to be on your ass, ho. Fuck is you talking about?
Out negative shit about him. Why would you do that if the man has said nothing positive about Robert?
Who's Waffles?
Waffle House. So he did the first thing Waffles does is start putting out negative shit about him. Why would you do that if the man has said nothing positive about Robert?
Did y'all hear her? I'm gonna play it one more time because she's stupid. She had
about Robert. And the first thing Waffles does is start putting out negative shit about him. Why would you do that if the man has said nothing positive about Robert?
Am I tripping? Or did she say what I just said? The man has said nothing good about Robert. That's what she said, right? So if that's the case, bitch, the fuck is the problem? Because Prima Donna wants to know why the fuck she over there co-signing this motherfucking man who pled guilty to sex trafficking minors, who, whether he voluntarily inserted himself in R. Kelly's case trying to strike a deal, or the government made him do it, it still got to be proof behind that shit, right? So wouldn't that tell a big brain bitch what my position is? Hold up. Let's listen to it again. Then one more time for the road.
I have several people to have him on the platform. I don't have a problem with who he talks to. I don't care about that. All I wanted was him to share positive stories about Robert. And the first thing Waffles does is start putting out negative shit about him. Why would you do that if the man has said nothing positive about Robert?
Who's Waffles?
Waffle House. So he did.
Sharon, don't do that. Don't do that. Because you know
that's bullshit.
Because you know that's my sis. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't care.
But don't do that. And because then she got to defend herself. So,
bitch, you should have cared. Because what Dana was telling your motherfucking ass is, it's finna be up, bitch. That's what he was telling your stupid ass. He could talk to y'all motherfuckers, and I don't give a fuck who Dana talked to, bitch. He tried to tell your stupid ass, you better stop playing with me on this internet, ho.
well, don't do that.
She got a mouth. She done already said what she got to say.
And I'm gonna keep saying,
all right.
You don't start now, won't be now.
Here we go.
Why would you?
How the fuck you gonna say don't start none, won't be none when bitch you playing with me? Cause you don't like what I said. And I don't give a fuck, bitch.
Stop somebody from saying positive things about Robert, and you don't have an alternative plan.
But this
seems kind of crazy to me to openly admit to unlawful activities and then try to insert other people in the bullshit.
Now everybody knows when I say something.
Now let's park that right there, because I'm gonna read to you. What I posted and what's on the screenshot, because I can't see it on that video too well. You can go look at Google. Go look at Google and type it in. Has Kashan Mataguman, whatever the fuck his name is, been sentenced? And it's going to tell you, as of June 2025, last year, now, side note, she said she interviewed him 2 years ago, right? Now, as of 2025, last year, dude hasn't been formally sentenced and is scheduled to face sentencing in August. Or should I say was. However, it says, hold on, let me put the whole thing up. Damn, how do I screen out this shit? It says his sentencing was repeatedly delayed because he was held in Chicago's Metropolitan Correctional Center. During his detention, he became an informant for federal prosecutors in an unrelated high-profile case. Let me look at this on my phone because I can't even see the whole. Okay. Now, if you go on my wall, you might could see it better. I can't see it on my computer right now. But the rest of the sentence was, he became an informant for federal prosecutors in an unrelated, ain't got shit to do with him or his case or his charges. But he sat his funky ass in jail, listening to this and listening to that, probably acting like he helping R. Kelly. Talking about R. Kelly taught him how to speak English or all that bullshit. How the fuck is he gonna teach you English? But we supposed to believe that you was helping him read his mail, do this and do that. How? The fuck? Anyways, he became an informant. What is an informant? They running around this goddamn internet calling everybody a fucking informant, but the people in the damn paperwork. And when I be trying to enlighten people about the shit that went on this internet that affected R. Kelly, They'll pass it off like it's just internet shit, and it is internet shit. But a lot of the internet shit affected R. Kelly, and that's what I had to speak on, because I don't give a fuck who know who, why they did what. Everybody need to be held accountable, and you ain't gonna drag me in the shit, because fuck all y'all, as far as I'm concerned. Fuck you thought. His defense indicated he is seeking a reduced sentence in exchange for his cooperation. Now, how in the fuck is he gonna be asking the prosecutors for a reduced sentence for his cooperation as a damn jailhouse snitch? Then he gonna send R. Kelly's a cryptic message to let him know what he did, and his goddamn attorney brings this to the light, and people on the internet, he's gonna be a witness, he's gonna do this, he's gonna help our. How the fuck? That's equivalent to saying Barry Hankerson was helping all his artists, double dipping all they royalties and shit. They publishing. What are you cool? How is this gonna help? How is this gonna help? And then have the audacity to say, because I don't have a strategy to sit up here on the internet and act like I'm R. Kelly's attorney, his advisor, and all this other shit, that I don't have the right to tell y'all this shit is dumb. That it don't take a genius to put two and two together, whether you could discern the message or the images that I put on display in the form of collages. Are you cool? You can't be. You can't be. I'm gonna move on to the next receipt. Move on to the next receipt. She said that Dana J was out here stealing all this money. And then you recall all these years, all you heard these people, defense fund, they stealing money from the defense fund. You even got people gaslit to call up his attorney, record his attorney, get mad at his attorney, start including him talking about he's scamming with this defense fund, because they don't want to address the elephant in the room that I spoke on in the beginning. And that is that the fans was bringing me specific shit that they were trying to say Dana did. But then you had other people who came to me telling me they were doing this shit for Don the Muscle. So is it my job to investigate who was doing the fraud when I put on display the fraudulent shit that was not the same as the defense fund, as I watched these people come out here and keep distorting the two? Because not only did they do that before the defense fund, they also had all this Cash App shit going on, the $1 million initiatives, and all this other felonious shit. So what we ain't gonna do is allow them the grace to come out here and try to rewrite. Oh no, Dana J did it. No, bitch. No, bitch. You be better off saying this is what was going on. We don't know who did it. Somebody should investigate it, like I did, instead of accusing people, including the attorneys, and wonder why I say this is another exhibit to an ineffective defense. His attorneys could have very well shut down a lot of shit, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. Moving along. Okay. Now we're going to get into the funniness of it all. We're going to break this shit down. Because a month ago, this girl was on Dana's platform. She tells Dana she didn't have a problem with Dana. But because Dana came out and spoke on why she's lying on me and Kip. Now she gonna come and distort all this shit and try to put it on Dana, try to put me and Dana on Levi and Snitch 9 team, all this goofy ass shit. Now, how in the hell do you propose that you're gonna be able to convince people that I'm in cahoots with Snitch 9 and Levi, and you got people out here trying to insinuate shit like that, because all of them slow to me to overlook why I documented all this stuff? Because ain't no way you was going to be able to come back and try to tie me into their shit because I support R. Kelly. They say they support R. Kelly. They can't stay on topic. A lot of these people, whether they intentionally did shit or just are slow, they did it. And it affected R. Kelly. Now, obviously, Levi did a live, and this is what I be saying about these people. They do these lives, they send their messages out to their constituents, and they delete the shit. And you got a bird brain bitch over there that thinks she could tie in somebody like me because my name was mentioned. My name could have been put in the title. Shit that was going on that people were doing to me is mentioned. They think they could lump me in over there with the goofies. Well, that would be equivalent to Sharon Wimbush getting on Dana's channel talking about this conspiracy to get the superfan locked up and ignoring all the fucked up shit he did. That would be like saying it's our fault that his stupid ass went to court and turned a simple traffic violation into some shit he finna go to jail for because he a dumbass motherfucker that goes and threaten the goddamn jurors. But this is my point. When motherfucker want to keep asking me why an agent called me, the same shit I'm saying to this motherfucker. How the fuck you gonna sit here and keep letting these people keep attaching themselves to R. Kelly in your investigation? You have no concrete evidence that R. Kelly co-signed this shit. You have no concrete evidence that R. Kelly authorized the bitch ass thing these motherfuckers was doing. But in order to feed your investigation, we're going to give these people deals. We're going to give them a slap on the wrist. And then they're going to keep coming out here reoffending, acting like they so untouchable. Bitch, is you cool? Fuck all them people. I said from the beginning, the investigation was janky as fuck. But guess what? Who am I when you got a motherfucking crackpot out here gaslighting fans talking about doing this? Go to the White House. Go pass out flyers. Why ain't you promoting my flyer? Because you a dumb bitch. That's why. Fuck is you talk about? Can't make this shit up. That's why I recorded it. Let's go, Dana.
I can't believe you put that out there, especially when it come with me, because there's never been anybody more consistent in this R. Kelly fight other than me. So I'm not the one that's trying to toot my horn, and I'm not trying to say none of this, and I'm not trying to be none of that, and I'm not trying to come in first place. I'm not even trying to get a position.
See, y'all smell what I'm cooking. How the fuck a person gonna take on a persona of a goddamn nutritionist, but she wanna sit out here and give herself another title talking about she a strategist, and then won't get mad at me because all her strategies is fucked up, bitch. Then you want to sit up here and play with motherfuckers. You talking about giving you legal advice 1 minute, over here dealing with Levi and Snitch 9, but they ain't part of the shit that Snitch 9 and Levi do. They ain't part of that shit, but I got to be part of the shit because I think all y'all motherfucking ass slow. Man, get the fuck up out of here. Stupid ass.
But when you come with lies like that, you know that Dana's coming back heavy, right? And and I want to thank Miss Jennifer Bonjean. I want to thank Miss Jennifer Bonjean because what you did, you really have sown yourself to a place that you ain't ready to go. So while you out here lying and telling all these people that me, Prima, Levi, we work for Larry McGee, let's talk facts for a second. We seen Sharon Winbush take Bruce Kelly onto Larry McGee's page. But what you didn't know is that Sharon Winbush paid Larry for Bruce Kelly to come on a page to talk about Don Russell. That's what you didn't know. The second thing is, when everybody's getting on the ghost of Sharon Winbush ass, she now want to try to make it seem like, listen, everybody don't listen to Prima, Dana J, or Levi. I keep saying, ain't none of us working together. Me and Prima talk every day. Haven't talked to Levi in almost, 2.5 years? Haven't talked to Larry in almost 2.5 years. Stop trying to put me with people that don't like you. Because, see, what I do know is that you sit back and call Angelo every day. And Angelo stopped taking your calls. Uh-oh. You can't call Dana J no more because of the stuff you tried to pull. Now Dana J stopped taking your calls. We know you lied and said you called R. Kelly, but R. Kelly can't talk to nobody except his lawyers, and that's face to face. So we know that you lied about that. The weird part about you lying, right, is that you are calling people that have things to do. Now, I haven't talked to Uncle Greg in a while. Uncle Greg know you personally. But because you can't fathom the fact that you called Uncle Greg to have Uncle Greg stop me from putting your business and your truth out, when Uncle Greg didn't answer your phone, you put out this video about Uncle Greg.
This is Greg. He calls himself Uncle Greg. He tells everybody he's Robert's uncle. He's the brother of Robert's father. Robert has stated very clearly he doesn't know the identity of his father. So if Robert has said,
Pause. Why you keep trying to go around people's shoulders, Janet? It's killing me, Janet Edmonds, that you will actually do some shit like this. I keep telling everybody, and they say, Dana, what does she look like? And I tell you, she look like Majin Buu.
repeatedly, he does.
She looked like Majin Buu. Now, I talked about your son briefly. And I said that you brought your son around. We know about your 2 daughters. But do the world know about your 2 daughters? I'm just saying. If I look like that, I will use AI pictures too. But let's finish, Janet Edmonds. Let's listen to you. You got the full floor. I'm going to shut the hell up.
Doesn't know his father's identity. This can't possibly be his uncle. He is a pretend relative, just like these are pretend sisters. And this is a fake cousin. People pretend to be related to a superstar R. Kelly to come to the sector to scam people. Now, Greg hasn't come out here trying to get anything from anybody. He just likes saying he's an uncle, and he shows up places and says he's an uncle, just like Cassandra and Levi do. But they're not related. Robert has said he doesn't know his father. So how can these people be related on the father's side when R. Kelly himself has said he doesn't know the identity of his father? On page 7 in Robert's sentencing report for New York, it states very clearly, Mr. Kelly was abandoned by his father, whom he had never met. He heard rumors. He does not know his father's identity. These are opportunists who came to the story, who lie and say they have a relationship with Robert Kelly for whatever it is that they think they can get out of it. Sometimes it's harmless with it. At the end of the day, Robert Kelly has said he doesn't know the identity of his father. Therefore, Greg can't possibly be his uncle. Levi can't possibly be a cousin. And Lisa and Cassandra can't possibly be sisters. And none of them have tried to get in touch with each other. None of them have even acknowledged each other. They're people that come to a celebrity's life and pretend they have a relationship they don't have. We've seen many people like that in this sector.
Yeah, that's like my dad. Hi, my name is Dana Jackson. Yes. Yes. And how are you related to Rob Kelly is my mentor, basically like my pops, pretty much. Basically raised me. That's pretty much how I'm to the situation. How is it to see him in a relationship? Very hard. We've been down this road before. Back from 2008. I've been on the road before, but it's very hard to see that I've never seen in 22 years. I've never seen none of this traits of him being alleged that he's falsely accused. And the only thing that I can say is because I'm one of the ones that have been there around him for a long venture. One thing I can say is that he's a loving person. He's like God's gift. Always uplifting. He's always being there. He's always that one that's there for you when you need it. So to see this, to be like, this was going on, these are the allegations. Nah, that's why I ride the way I do, meaning that I go to the ends of the earth to have him vindicated and to show that Lifetime played on the emotions of the people. And when Lifetime played on the emotions of the people, it turned everybody against Robert Kelly. He's telling people that he's not doing. You gonna have liars, you gonna have scammers. You gonna have liars, you gonna have scammers. You gonna have liars, you gonna have scammers. Pick the cord where it's clear. Wherever it's clear, you pick the cord right there. You keep it right, leave it right there. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if
end up being just two people. Absolutely. I would rather have two people that's clear than a billion that's distorted. That's real right. That's so right. In my corner. That is so right. So it's okay. It's okay because all it lets you do is just let you go. Because you used to say the more the merrier. No, I've learned as a 5 years. The less the merrier. You keep your circle and keep the squares out of it. Absolutely. If you want to be around. Absolutely. Well, the problem is that he's telling people that he speaks with you. That's what people. It's not a problem, though. Okay. That's not a problem. You're going to have liars. You're going to have scammers. That's why I just saying what it allowed me to do. What it allowed me to do is see that, there's going to be people like that. Right. But, you can't waste your time on worrying about those type of people. That's right. That's doing that. This call. That's right. Federal prison. I am who I am, bro. You're gonna have rumors. You're gonna have. You're gonna have those things. But I didn't spend a bunch of time on it. I just didn't waste my minutes or time on it. Yeah, Dana DJ gonna do this, that, and the other. If people believe, they used to say the horse's mouth, right? Right. You know the horse's mouth, then you already distorted. That's true. It don't take Dana J to distort nobody. Right. They already distorted if they believe him over the horse's mouth. That is correct. That is correct. So all of that. They was never with me anyway, so why would I worry about it? Absolutely. Worry about people that's going to believe. Absolutely. People that believed it was going to rain. People that didn't believe it was going to rain. A certain amount of people that made it on the ark. That's just what it did my part. In other words. Absolutely. They don't believe Jesus to this day. Well, who am I? Absolutely. But for the record, you don't talk to him. So I don't want to be distorted. You don't talk to Dana J. You're not distorted. Okay. You got it. I've been talking to Dana since 6 months before I was incarcerated.
What about Dana J? Did he say he knew Dana J?
Yeah, I know Dana J, madam, but he never sent him. He sent me some time, but he never.
But did Robert say he knew him?
He give me every time letter everything. But Jenna did, but he never helped him nothing. He just wanted to send a little money. Telling people that he speaks with you. That's what people. It's not a problem, though. Okay. That's not a problem. You're going to have liars. You're going to have scammers. You're going to have liars. You're going to have scammers. You're going to have liars. You're going to have scammers. If people believe, then you already distorted. It don't take Dana J to distort nobody. Right. Problem, though. Okay. That's not a problem. You're going to have liars. You're going to have scammers. If people believe, then you already distorted. It don't take Dana J to distort nobody. Right. They already distorted.
Now here's the crazy part. Do you realize you're making yourself look stupid? Are you listening to what Robert is saying? Now watch this. Even though that's AI, right? Even though over 78% of that. However, what Robert is saying is it don't take Dana J to distort nobody.
Now, those following me, essentially what I've been saying this whole time is they spent 6-7 years going at Dana. Then they come out here and want to tell you who's distorted. Now, I don't really care about any of the audios and any of the janky stuff they did, including when 1 minute they be cool, the next minute they be exposing each other and wonder why. My position has always been, I don't care what they say about Dana J. I don't care what they say about each other. I zone in when the specific stuff I saw started to impede in R. Kelly's case was being overlooked. So even with this audio, whether it's real, whether it's fake, whether it's manipulated, you got to make your mind up. 1 minute, Levi's a fraud. He's not talking to R. Kelly. But then you use his audio, supposed to be of R. Kelly, trying to push this whole philosophy that Dana J is distorting people and skipping around what he's clearly saying. Dana J, it don't take Dana J to distort nobody, right? Because all you had to do was follow along with what I've been saying. Even if you wanted to watch all of these shit shows, even if you wanted to support whomever you wanted to support, I challenged you to do a little bit of homework on the subject matter. Because when you see things and you be like, well, what does this have to do with R. Kelly? What does this have to do with R. Kelly? It's layers to this and how it affected R. Kelly. Pay attention. There's a difference between what happened in R. Kelly's case, his lack of defense, the organized chaos that was put on display, the back and forth between people, the flip-flopping, the straddlers. It don't take Dana J to distort nobody who's willing to be distorted listening to misinformation. When you have all the information, you can go and verify yourself, from the paperwork to all of these stories that made the paperwork to all of these people who corroborated certain things being given these interviews, right?
So pretty much, if you know Robert, you know how he operates. Which now, as I listen to that video, I'm close to Robert talks to Janet anymore.
Oops, I was on mute. And with that being said, when it came to all of these phone calls, just look at my perspective, both as a supporter and as a person who could look on the outside, look from the outside objectively, when it came to how my opinion is, investigators were trying to associate things that they said R. Kelly associates did. So when I start asking questions about, well, how can they prove R. Kelly made them do it, the same way they would like to insert that the government made this person do that, made this person do that, coerced this person, threatened to lock this person up. How can they get away with this shit and nobody focus on that, trying to go back and forth with people who don't matter?
AKA the ghost of Sharon Wimbush. Nobody. And see, and without me outing anybody, I was on the phone when it came to the conclusion that nobody talks to that person anymore until that person shows themselves. That person never showed themselves. But one thing for certain, and two things for sure. I'm not taking, however, because Greg wouldn't answer your phone call, you try to throw him under the bus. That part right there, Stacey. So, like I said, the audio that you tried to steal from Levi,
I don't know what the hell just happened. Hold up. Let me update my stuff. Give me a second. This shit's stupid.
They was saving off the secrets they exposed. You watch them put my trauma in the dollar signs and praise. They never asked what I remember, just replay the same old frame. They branded me survivor, but the page is torn in half. Put my name up in their mouth while they edited the past. Surviving life, you can't bury what I lived through. You televise my pain, but it's the things you did to you. Pointed at a monster, just to cover all your crimes. Surviving one man was a star. Surviving life. Change the time, surviving life, and staring on you, straight to the truth. You invested in the sky. You want to read the story, you forgot all the plan. Surviving one begin, surviving life. They love a public circus if it keeps you from the truth. Throw a woman on a stand, then they edit out the truth. They frame it as a rescue, but the rescue feel like change when the people doing interviews to move the same way. They sabotage the predators, they sit beside the prey. They smile for every camera like they never looked away. You see the way they profit off confessing off my heart, but never act to fill the cage. Why they keep survive?
Okay, I'm back. Ha ha! I'm back. back to the show.
So, like I said, the audio that you tried to steal from Levi, and the same person, but that you say you don't like, the same was broken down. But I'm not going to even go that far. I'm going to stay right here with you. I got tunnel vision, Janet. And see, and I'm about to make you, I'm going to go this far and I'm going to say this. If she stopped breathing tonight, it's not on me, but I don't give a fuck. If her machine can't pump enough oxygen, that's on her. I don't give a fuck. Talk to nobody on the outside right now. I know the 3 people that's able to get in touch with him.
And that's exactly why I think some people need to go visit him in person. In person, because we know the crackpot ain't gonna go visit in person. That's a fact.
And the 3 people, it's not you. See how they go? But you want to try to run a smear campaign on me, right? Watch this. Are you going to bring your dirty tail out to address the fact that you went and put out a false narrative that you was pregnant by R. Kelly just for people to come and listen to you? What happened to your so-called stillborn baby if you only been there for 3 months? On one time, you tell people you had a stillborn baby. The next time you tell people that, yeah, I left Robert because I was pregnant by him, you are that went to the public and told the people that Robert have an enterprise. Not me. And you can look at any of my videos, all 9,000 of them, you can look at. And you can't pick not one video where I'm talking negatively. Don't matter if I got Angelo on there. Don't matter if I got Larry on there. Don't matter if I had Atmos on there. It don't matter if I had Robert Keller on there. It don't matter if I had Tim on there. It don't matter if I had Tears, Ty, none of them. It didn't matter. My stance never changed. Yours did. Because if I can remember, wasn't you and Don didn't you get on the goddamn internet, Janet, and start crying? Because there's no way Dana J was going to let you out of that box? And you were forced to tell the truth? Because Don and his mama ain't give you none of the R. Kelly money that was in Don mama account? See how this work?
Very interesting to me, especially when, again, as I said previously in this live, she was coming out here going at Keith, the money man. She was coming out here talking about the attorney said to Don to bring R. Kelly shit back. She gets quiet. Then she come and recalibrates some more bullshit.
And let's keep it real. You joined the adult team. You start coming at Kip and Prima knowing I was coming. You ain't coming for my brother and my sis and think I'm just going to sit there. I was proof of that too. But the whole time you wanted to come at me, but you didn't want to make it so obvious. Because you was afraid that them 7 people that be over there, along with that dust market Don Russell that go by the name D. Johnson and some numbers behind it, you didn't want that to be exposed. But I've exposed it by being quiet. See how this work. I'm not the fall guy. I'm not the 1, 2, the 3, or the 4. I am him. And when you come for the king, you better not miss. And y'all been missing bad. It got so bad that y'all try to recruit Larry again. What is that going to help? Nothing. Because Dana J here. 10 toes deep. I'm pregnant. That falls into the narrative of the Me Too movement, don't it? That falls into the narrative that R. Kelly was having people at the studio and getting them pregnant. Why would you say that?
Because she's slow. Because
Let me tell you why you said it. Because you wanted to feel
and she ain't
important. You call Greg and his wife 24/7. They known you for a long time. And like I told Greg, I boxed you in and you had to.
Now let's park it right there.
Greg is not the real uncle. The paperwork says that
R. Kelly doesn't know his father. Bitch, that's what I be saying about these motherfuckers. They want to conveniently use the paperwork to bring out stupid shit. They don't want to use the paperwork to tell you good people why the case against R. Kelly, or should the cases against R. Kelly, were being manufactured. With the help of people that, like I said, wanted to be part of the problem and the goddamn solution. And that ain't gonna work out, is it? Okay. So when it comes to Greg, if it was put out there that he said he was related to R. Kelly on the father's side, common sense should kick in, right? But if you go to the news and you see the news put the cameras in his face, did he answer how he was related to R. Kelly, or did he walk away from that topic right there? Just left it out in the air. And by leaving it out in the air, that fuels a lot of speculation, don't it? I'm not here to entertain speculation, because if this man said he's R. Kelly's uncle, the news put a camera in his face and said this is R. Kelly's family, what does that have to do with the people who came to talk about the accusations against R. Kelly, talk about why we didn't believe the shit, talk about why we don't give a fuck who is family, who is false flagging, who out here doing this and who doing that, when people want to selectively skip around who they want to be accountable because they slow?
And the people that don't know, they wouldn't understand. But me, I do this shit for real. And you secretly disclose. So with that being said, right, I'm puzzled. And I'm going to tell you why I'm puzzled.
What's up, Ronell, Deborah?
Because
everybody else that fell in the chat,
you rock with Don. You rock with his mama. You rock with Bruce. Now, Rob came out on Whack 100 and said Bruce was misleading his fans and stealing from him, right?
No.
Watch
hold
this.
Hold on, Dana.
You coming out saying Rob don't
park it right there. Park it right there. Could this be that goofy shit that I be talking about? When they come out here exposing certain people, then catch that old selective amnesia. And then when people want to act like they reviewing Dana shit, but don't want to act or react on the specific shit, that's why I call bullshit on them too. Because ain't no way you gonna sit up in here and tell me that the premise of your content is to react to Dana shit, but you can't even expound upon certain shit that you say is a lie versus what actually affected R. Kelly, because we don't give a shit what you perceive as a lie. We want to know what the fuck this got to do with R. Kelly. I've been saying this shit for 7 motherfucking years. But since he mentioned the Bruce situation, let's just line up how I be hitting them where it hurts. And it don't include me having to come out here and lie on people to make my points. Talking about Bruce. In accordance to what Dana just said, let's think about the fact that they essentially forced R. Kelly to come out here and expose his own brother because they were using his brother to scam people. Make that shit make sense. Don't believe me? Just watch.
For years, I heard people speak on distortions and try to control certain narratives that they brought out here that obviously people with common sense could catch up on. Now, if it took people to go live and tell you why I didn't believe that anybody is that confused about the fact that in order to visit any person in prison, you got to put in paperwork and be approved, family or not. So again, when I watched people come out here and make excuses for people who used y'all to scam but confused why I don't care either way, people were compelled to speak on other stuff they thought was fraud. So I clearly showed you why that only fueled confusion that can't confuse people who were here for the case and not them. I didn't create.
Ain't that what I just said? What's up, Oak Cliff? Ain't that what I just said? I step in to give clarity to certain things that's floating around this so-called R. Kelly sector. They got everybody so distorted, right? And then I bring it back to my perception of why I can focus more on an ineffective defense than the characters that were put on these platforms that I don't give a shit about. Considering you watch them follow the same blueprint Larry Snitch 9 McGee came out with. So when they want to skip around who was doxing and who was doxing and who brought all this personal shit in the midst of this R. Kelly topic, you'd have to miss me. Because some of these people, I didn't come around to 2019. I didn't come around to 2020. Well, motherfucker, where was you at in 2017 when the shit was going rampant all over social media, when people like me and Dana was on social media before the YouTube shit? Huh? Where was you at? Where was you at? But you want to come give your opinions on shit after the fact. Man, get the fuck out of here. Your opinion don't mean shit. You can have your opinion, but you're not going to be able to tell me shit about what I witnessed my goddamn self.
The moving pieces or make them up. I did show a timeline in real time that they can act like they don't remember. They can act like they don't understand from the collages. Yet whose job is it to put in a request for a new investigation like they put in all those inquiries for a defense fund regulated by the government?
Pop it right there, because we keep hearing individuals keep talking about that good old text message from Cousin Levi and how they were sitting here going in overdrive trying to help and protect individuals who came out here doing goofy shit. Huh? Come on and elaborate on that. Because like I said, Flower Pot over there need to stay off that shit. Trying to merge in all the fraud that was going on before the defense fund. Skip the fact that these fans were being gaslit to call Doug Anton and get on his goddamn nerves like he got to prove a motherfucking thing to them. Lie to him talking about fans said they proved that they sent all this money to the defense fund, which was obviously a goddamn lie. When he disclosed the amount that was collected in the defense fund, which was untouched, they didn't care. EJ, I'm not going to do that with you. I said you can have your opinion, but when it comes to me giving mine, other people's opinions don't mean shit to what I'm saying. Your opinion can be just that. Your opinion is not going to affect mine, is what I'm essentially saying. Anyways, the text message. That was just an example of that ain't the first time people done stepped in the shit that didn't have nothing to do with them trying to help people and then come out here and gang up on Dana as though all of their collective opinions about Dana mean something to me. It don't mean shit. That's what I'm saying. The fuck?
Even as people came out and verified it, as other people cooked up scams that people selectively skipped around that showed me why they're janky. Clearly, I don't give a shit who was out here.
Am I making myself clear when I say I don't give a shit? It's because me, prima donna, is doing the fucking research. So people outside looking in can have their opinions. I know you trolling, but I'm gonna troll your ass back. Y'all can have y'all opinions, but it ain't gonna mean shit. The fuck? These same people y'all seen on these platforms was sending me shit, getting on other people's platform, then playing the 50. That's why their opinions definitely ain't gonna mean shit.
Her doing the most, but what I clearly put on demonstration was the moving pieces regarding these individuals coming out here deliberately causing distortions, causing distractions that didn't want people to focus on an investigation that people were blatantly interfering with. If you haven't already, slide by my channel and make sure you check out the new uploads.
Okay, because I'm letting you know now. Well, I'll call you mom.
Okay, I did want to tell you, like, to switch the 90 days out, but when you do switch them out, I do have a lot of stuff to talk to you about, like, really good stuff. What do you mean? We already talked about last week switching out the days. We've been talking about that, so why are you saying wow?
Yeah, because you hung up from being called.
Now you playing EJ because I ain't sensitive at all. I'm just trying to make a point. And this is why I don't care to do these lives, because when y'all don't do lives, y'all don't understand that it takes concentration to deliver your message. So when y'all just be typing shit off topic and bullshitting, it throws off what I was saying. So you just threw off my train of thought. And getting sensitive, that's not what just happened. You just threw me off, so I had to recollect where I was going with my sentence. I ain't in the mood to troll. I ain't get on YouTube to troll. I got on YouTube to deliver my content on the subject matter.
I get to the building and they called me to go down to the floor to discuss the same thing.
No, I called.
3, 2, 1.
I found out that my information was being shared with, witnesses.
Now, did we hear what he said? This man trial going on. He finds out in the midst of trial, this shit was going on in New York. So when we put two and two together, and even we listen to these so-called ops come out here and then try to merge the two and act so confused like they don't know a breach happened in New York, a breach happened in Chicago. When you look at the fact of the matter and what can get this man a new trial, people stepping out here trying to bullshit and play with people's intelligence irks my motherfucking soul. But I ain't sensitive about that. It just gets on my motherfucking nerves because I ain't the one sitting in jail. Now, am I? Huh? Now let's go into what the flower pot said. Because when you got R. Kelly coming out here giving you the red flags, and people wouldn't focus on that to keep trying to push that while the trial was going on, and people want to act slow after the fact, it is what it is. I'm just the messenger.
So she was the first person to know that he did not get in to see Robert. He was there, he didn't get in. She was the person that took responsibility to ask for people to send him to see his brother. She took responsibility for having him on there, putting his cash out, asking people to donate and help. And all of that was a good thing. But when you an hour after Sylvia found out, that's when she should have gone live and said that to people who donated, and then post pictures That gave the impression that not only did he visit his brother, it was successful. But this is not the first time you did it. With the New York rally, you all collected, by my account, $16,000.
$16,000. Now, when I first put this clip,
So she was the first person to know that he did not get in to see Robert. He was there, he didn't get in.
so you see, y'all see the common linker who always coming out here exposing shit, and then when I start collecting these pieces, they gonna tell you I stole their work. Bitch, how the fuck I'ma steal y'all work? Cause I show y'all why y'all some stupid ass motherfuckers. And you need to recalibrate your strategy because the shit's stupid. Huh? Does that mean come out here and just keep cooking up lies, bitch? Even though you don't cook no motherfucking food, since you said you whatever character you playing does raw. So I know you ain't cooking up shit, bitch. Fuck wrong with these people? Back to Dana Live.
Anybody that Rob don't deal with, that's doing something heinous to his fans, don't you think he will find an outlet to go and talk about it? Have Robert talked about me on Whack 100? I'm just, or was it Bruce? And see, the crazy part is, Bush doing a good job because you stealing my work, Prima work, and other folks' work, and then repackaging it and sending it to Bo Brinley and all them and making it seem like it's you doing that. But guess what? We got the videos.
And that's a fact. While she talking about somebody stealing work, you could go back down my shit 6-7 years ago and see how my work began. And it wasn't watching no motherfuckers like her. It was researching the topic at hand. And when I asked, since you got all this work, what happened to the documentary she was supposed to be putting out? This goofy son bitch come out here talking about the super fan is coming to a theater that's near you. Bitch, you don't sit your stupid ass down somewhere. The fuck up out of here.
You don't. So don't you think that when they start looking at our videos, that's why you don't want people to watch our videos, because when they watch our videos, they're gonna be like, hold on. The ghost of Sharon submitted this to us, but this guy didn't send it in. Let's take a look. Look at who she produces.
Now let's pause right there, because if you remember, when I first sounded the alarm when Bo was dragging his feet with the motions and shit, even when he got R. Kelly's BOP and Tasha K lawsuit dismissed, people fail to realize R. Kelly can still come back and refile that lawsuit, and he can incorporate other individuals who played roles, right? When Bo came and put in his paperwork that an informant, Larry Snitch 9 McGee, set up a meeting with both of the witnesses in Chicago and New York, I had to scratch my head, because if y'all recall what we saw on Precedence, we saw an individual by the name of Latoya X being presented in front of Azriel. So from my perspective, if Larry did put RL in front of Azriel, that's one thing. But I just felt like there was some distortion in there, right? That's what the delays could have been about. Now, it's been alleged that the information was distorted because there was no in-person meeting. It was people on the phone. So when you come to the realization that Boss Baby, Rashona Landfair and the prosecutor was over here getting all cozy with one another. She over here putting money on R. Kelly's books. She over here still playing her position until it became more beneficial to get on that stand and cooperate. Are y'all following this? So let's just say the attorney put in his paperwork information that he didn't vet, information that he was told. Do you see why these people can run amok on these platforms and act like, oh, it's a conspiracy? Bo Brentley's lying. This, and that. So you mean to tell me you think this attorney finna go in that courtroom or put in his paperwork blatant lies? Or would it be more feasible that he's being misinformed? However, attorneys should have people that investigate shit, right? So to then come on Dana platform talking about what he need to send the boat, just to come down the line a month later and start trying to implicate him in bullshit. Somebody make this shit make sense. Fuck is we talking about?
The super fan. And we all heard what he said about unaliving R. Kelly. She produced Madami. We all heard what Madami said, that he stole R. Kelly communications for the government to keep him locked up. So, thank you, Stacy. You took it right out of my mouth. So what gets me is that if Madami is telling you why would you try to flaunt him talking good about R. Kelly? What's the reason he talking good about R. Kelly all of a sudden? On top of that, he's a world-renowned sex trafficker. Why would anybody want to align their name with that? It's not alleged. This man has been proven to be a sex trafficker and not.
Now let's pause right there, because the brilliant strategy would be, let me go on these people platforms who got big audiences, who have been put out here from the pimping lifestyle. Now, people don't have common sense to realize that trafficking is kind of equivalent to the pimping. So when you got these people on these platforms trying to speak their isms, don't think we the people don't understand what the fuck's going on around here. She had him on. She all over there on Sinful to P shit, and then he magically passed away. Then she went over there to the gorgeous dude who I forgot his name, whatever. And it just makes sense to keep linking up with these pimps. Now she out here mad than a motherfucker because this inmate is a person who pled guilty to trafficking, trying to use R. Kelly for a goddamn deal. Man, get the fuck up out of here. Fuck out of here.
Watch this. Another lie that was told. And Madami said, yeah, I seen Nicole. She showed the panties and everything. Pause. For the people that don't know how court is set up, Robert, when he go to talk to his lawyer, he by himself in another room. There's nobody else in there. Because the government. So how did Madami see what Nicole was if Robert didn't tell him what Nicole did?
I guess we're supposed to believe that after R. Kelly got out of his meetings with his janky ass attorney, he came and was like, hey, you won't believe what she did. She showed me the panties, dog. The fuck up out of here with that shit.
Is coming out saying, "Oh, I seen it with my own eyes." I call cap and I call you a liar.
Got to be.
It wasn't until.
But we gonna get to that, because this is a side note. Because let's keep in mind, Bo Brinley is saying that client attorney privileged information was also being shared with the prosecutors, right? Y'all better pick it up. Attorney-client confidential information was also shared with the prosecutors. Flower Pot is going to get on Dana's channel talking about the Curcio hearing, the conflict of interest hearing, right? So if y'all go back to my video I did in real time, you would take notice to what I said as far as I wouldn't know why R. Kelly decided to proceed with Nicole. However, we all have the same access to documents. So when people come out here speaking on shit, then try to act like, oh, well, how you can't get that? That's sealed. Well, how the fuck would you know then, bitch? Make it make sense.
Till I said, hey, let's set it up. I'll pay for his jail call. Tell him to call me. We're going to have a no holds barred interview. I'm going to ask questions. The next lie. Robert taught me how to speak English. He taught me how to speak English, and because he was just talking to me.
He gonna teach you how to speak English, but somehow you would be able to assist him reading his mail. Does that make any damn sense?
Are you really gonna play on my intelligence like that?
I told you why the lawsuit was thrown out. His attorney. It's his fault. So if you think people gonna sit here and keep playing with me on this internet talking about what I'm gonna do to free R. Kelly and bitches, you cool? Go ask the goddamn attorney. Why did he fumble the bag? Why he always dragging his feet? Why he always waiting to the last minute to do some shit? The fuck is you asking people on YouTube for? Fuck is wrong with y'all? Yeah, people want to get a reactions. I don't see how any of this is gonna free R. Kelly. Bitch, you shut your motherfucking goofy ass up too.
When people that have an English barrier is being taught, you have to show them words. Then you have to say it. If Robert can't read the damn words, how in the hell is he going to show the words and say it? Things that make you go,
Wouldn't he be able to read his own goddamn mail on that note? Just asking.
So when you come out with this fly-by-night bullcrap, and you talk about, oh, Dana J and Prima flaunted in the fake Celly, what you don't understand is I never had Ronnie Bo on my channel. I'm the one that called Ronnie Bo out as being a fraud from the beginning. See how they go?
And furthermore, Prima Donna never said Ronnie Bo is R. Kelly's cellmate. Prima Donna said Ronnie Bo, his motherfucking name. I don't give a fuck about him being no cellmate, because the motherfucker said he was in the same facility. What the fuck does that mean? The whole demonstration I put on was how easy other shit can go viral. All these other people can put people on their platform to put out all the propaganda and bullshit. Then when I use the propaganda to show you why I don't believe shit motherfuckers put on this internet, people want to act like I'm putting out conspiracies. Man, get the fuck up out of here with that shit.
Prima interviewed him. Watch how it worked. Prima interviewed him to expose the uncomfortableness of Ronnie Bo lies.
and watch the live, it would dawn on you that Prima Donna also put it on the flow how it was my perspective that people was giving him certain talking points to get out here and say. Think about it. Certain shit he said was shit that was being fed to him, shit that was being perpetuated. However, let's take, for example, when the facility was locked down. Certain shit he wouldn't know. But when he spoke on the fact that being in the facility, this happened, it was on lockdown, and you saw people more in tune with trying to excuse why it was on lockdown, trying to come up with this conspiracy. Oh, the government made the inmate attack R. Kelly, and nobody used a common sense, man. Get out of here.
Talk about R. Kelly. He trying to flirt with Prima. Make it make sense. I have a question. People see who. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go this far. One Papoose even put on some red lipstick. Put on the red dress. She put on some red lipstick. Nice. And she put on a nice little elegant dress to interview Ronnie Buck. Somebody who don't give interviews. So I
got a question too, because as quick as she tried to put me in the pot, because I don't give a fuck about other platforms putting him out there as R. Kelly's cellmate, because I had a different angle with my content. My point was, how come other people who put him on the platform can't be working with Snitch Nine and Levi, and why didn't they call? Why you didn't get him the same energy you tried to give to Prima? Talking about, why didn't Prima call out the fake silly? Because I want to bring out the cellmate who was helping the prosecutors, who now want a deal for his involvement fucking up R. Kelly's defense strategy, allegedly. You think I give a fuck because people interviewed him after me, before me, any of that? I don't give a fuck what their content was about. But what I did observe was, while the woman he just mentioned had Ronnie Bo on the platform, the super fan all in the comments. Oh, did you know it was a bomb threat and all this other goofy shit? Wouldn't you think if he was in jail and has proof he was in jail and he's telling us it was a lockdown because of this, how the fuck you gonna come out here and try to insert some bullshit? Because you trying to excuse why your goofy ass was down there all in the mist doing stupid ass shit that may or may not have contributed to the lockdown, which again wasn't my point. Didn't give a fuck about that. The point I was making when I spoke on it was, you ain't gonna come out here and distort that the government made the inmate did it, and then when the paperwork come out, you want to skip hop around your ass on that motherfucker and act like the man didn't tell you in the paperwork he only did this because he was mad. He was trying to make an example. He knew he could get some attention going at R. Kelly. Duh. Can you say the government made him attack R. Kelly? No. So can you say the government made this inmate steal R. Kelly mail? We'll wait and see. God damn it.
If people who don't normally give interviews can dress up and give interviews, I'm talking about one path. Why can't you get on camera and show who you are?
Because she a fraud.
I'm going to tell you why. Because then they're going to say, oh, Dana J said that was Janet, and Janet looked like this, and this like that, da. Yeah, you can't play that game with me. Then you went into Dana J set R. Kelly up. I might be a little ahead of myself because of the videos, right? But what I want to show the people, and that's anybody that's watching, what I want to show the people is Madami's action. Defendant asserts in his reply brief, docket 537F5, and orally during the hearing on April 22nd, 2026, that one of his claims, the purported government intrusion into his attorney-client communications, falls within the limit class of constitutional errors. The Supreme Court has concluded are structural and therefore subject to automatic reversal. What they were saying is,
Hold on, park right there. Park. Hold on, Dan. Hold on. There's people who was running trying to get legal advice from one person in particular. Who, like I said, bitch, if she wanted to put Prima Donna over there with Levi and Snitch 9, why didn't you put her in there with Larry and Snitch 9, huh? Because it seemed like to me, like I said, if people wanted to capture an audience, right? Instead of trying to pander to certain people to go against individuals for whatever reason, I don't care. Wouldn't you think people who specialize in the law would, number one, they would give, hey, this is what the prosecutors are saying, this is what the defense is saying. And not only that, now we could go into saying some strategies the defense could implement. Do you hear people doing that? Or do you hear people giving all the credit to the prosecutors and wondering why? Bitch, I ain't listening to your motherfucking ass because I can read what the prosecutor said. I don't motherfucking need what the fuck you think that would fuel why people think R. Kelly is guilty, why they think it was okay to violate all his rights like that, why they think somebody give a shit who knows R. Kelly when obviously people that don't know him can only get involved in his case through associates involving them. Hello?
That he was used by the government to steal Robert Sylvester Kelly.
Now you see what I'm doing, Nikki, because like I said, what she does is typical tactics. She try to recalibrate how she gonna try to incriminate people in the shit they was engaging in, like that's gonna make us deviate from staying on her motherfucking ass. She thinks that she could come out here and say goofy ass shit like, I'm jealous of a 70-year-old bitch. Bitch, what the fuck would I be jealous of your motherfucking ass for? What the fuck would I want to be like your stupid dizzy ass for? Like, she could use that type of tactic on a weak-minded individual who don't like me, who don't like my message, who don't like the way I deliver my content, and that shit works. But to come out here and be goofy enough to talk about I talked to R. Kelly's attorney, I talked to R. Kelly, they want you to call Homeland Security. Man, you don't shut that stupid motherfucking shit up. You goofy as hell.
Property. And to make sure he don't win in court. Then you went as far as doing this.
We've seen for years how Dana attacks anyone and everyone that says the slightest thing about him.
No, you're showing us how you do the same motherfucking shit you trying to accuse the next of. Somebody say something you don't like, say something about your janky ass, bullshit ass strategies. You want to start trying to incriminate them, talking about call Homeland Security. Bitch, I'm gonna need for you to go get you a humidifier, a motherfucking nasal drip, or something to fix your motherfucking shit over there. So when you make your next goddamn video, you might be a little more clear-headed, bitch. fuck you talking about?
How would he react if Robert rejected him? How do you think he would respond if Robert ignored him? If he will do major attacks for years for saying the slightest thing.
See what I'm talking about? What the fuck Homeland Security got to do with her bitch ass hurt feelings? Huh? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck a flyer gonna do? Talking about why y'all ain't promoting my flyer to Homeland Security. Bitch, do you not, is you slow? Is you slow? Cause I'm pretty sure people with common sense know a flyer don't get an investigation started, bitch. You file a complaint. So if you got a complaint, you filed a complaint. You don't get on a platform and try to incite other people to file fictitious reports because you a stupid bitch. Bitch.
How would he react if the king of R&B actually snubbed him?
I have a question. For years, y'all were saying that I don't know him. So if the king of R&B was to ever snub me, and y'all saying I don't know him, how can I react? But now you're saying that I will react in a way that will hurt R. Kelly. So now you're admitting that I know him, right? I'm just trying to figure some things out. Maybe it's just me. Let's finish.
The one he calls Pops. The one that he wants so desperately to have an attachment to. Robert receiving proof from people that sent money to the dollar for the scheme. They would get MasterCard, prepaid card. And
Park it right there. Now go look at my community wall or rewind this live when I just went through exactly what she's talking about now when it comes to them cards and shit that was brought to me 6-7 years ago before the defense fund was created, right? Let's think about, like I said, you had people like Trent going to the goddamn attorney, Doug, talking about we got all this evidence that people sent $10,000 and all. You see what I'm going with this? So who's in cahoots with who, bitch? I need for you to recalibrate because your shit ain't adding up, bitch. You can go through all my videos and get the timeline for all this shit that y'all put out here. Then got mad because you couldn't come tell me that Dana did it. Dana did it. So I watched Dana my motherfucking self. And I came to the conclusion on my own terms, all y'all motherfuckers is crazy as hell to keep fucking with this man and then try to come at me because I think y'all some dumbass bitches. That's what the fuck happened, bitch. God damn, my damn my mic was off. But see, that's what I'm talking about. First of all, they came out here with they lieutenants and they generals and shit talking about Doug got fired because he's stealing money. Him and Dana stealing money. Number one, my perspective, ineffective counsel. Because attorney would have shut them bitches the fuck up. You would have had me fucked up. To this day, I still sue these pussy ass hoes if I was Doug. So that's number one. They out here, Doug got fired because he was stealing money. Now it's Dana's fault that Doug got fired. Then she came out here talking about some Nicole fired everybody, even though if you read the paperwork, you would know that the power of attorney fired Greenberg. Then she come out here talking about Nicole fired everybody. Then you got the inmate to come out here talking about the girlfriend fired the attorney. Bitch, I'ma need for y'all to get y'all motherfucking shit together. Because at the end of the day, it don't take a genius to recognize I ain't finna sit here and be talking in circles about why this happened, why this attorney got fired, who fired this, who fired. Fuck that. Because it's all a representation of an ineffective counsel for a new trial. They can't even focus on that though. Trying to put their hurt feelings in the mix. Fuck y'all feelings. Fuck is we talking about? Oh yeah, and I forgot about Bonjean when you had Sylvia motherfucking fraud ass over there telling people to send money there. You had all these motherfuckers attorneys. First of all, we ain't gonna skip when the Olsen twins came out here with they GoFundMe, said that shit was shut down, told the people R. Kelly didn't have resources for this and that. Somebody came up with the bright idea. They didn't have a problem with the defense fund in the beginning, but when I started talking about the cards and all that other fraudulent ass shit in the R. Kelly groups, now we got to start mixing and matching shit. We putting the cards and fraud and shit in with the defense fund. We gonna skip the $1 million initiative. We gonna skip Greenberg saying he can't take no money while the super fan out here, my baby mama took some money from me on all 50 times I done got locked up. We can take some money to him if we want to. Bitch, go right ahead. But the man said out his mouth, he ain't taking no money. So that's number one. Number two, Jennifer Bonjean had to come out here and say she ain't soliciting no money. She ain't taking no money. But didn't nobody want to hold Sylvia janky ass to the fire. When see, that's what I'm saying. These people too selective with their outcries. I feel like Jennifer wouldn't go along. So anybody want to come volunteer why she got separated when she laid the foundation for the Tasha K lawsuit that Bo Brentley came in and fucked up? Hello? Damn, I gotta keep unmuted. But anyways, make this shit make sense. You had people after R. Kelly was convicted coming out here talking about they essentially set up for his appeals, even though anybody with common sense would know who the fuck would deliberately throw a trial for their client to set up for an appeal. Now, I tried to look at it from both perspectives. Maybe what they're saying is they knew that it was going to be a conviction regardless of what defense they put out. But when you don't put out a defense, how would you fucking know? So you already got Jennifer Bonjean back against the wall because, as the courts would relay, some of the shit that's being said in their what they're putting out is that it wouldn't have affected him getting convicted. So when I started talking about, well, clearly, since all the information they claim they had wasn't put in the court, maybe they could use some of that motherfucking information as new evidence. Dumb, stupid motherfuckers can't even pick up on that, but wonder why I keep saying they stupid, they dumb, they slow. Want to get mad because I say that shit, because all they want to do is watch me and try to discredit what I'm saying instead of building on what the fuck I'm putting out here. Okay? So we knew Jennifer Bonjean had a long uphill battle. So to sit here and try to discredit her efforts because it was unsuccessful in that time don't change the fact that anybody with common sense know you got to exalt all angles before you can do certain things. But it don't change the fact that the doors are not permanently closed, and they know that. Because she's slow. She must didn't go and watch those same rallies where people were more anxious to hurry up and walk down the street so they could go do their extracurricular activities that they broadcast all over the internet, and then got mad because people said it's goofy as hell. Maybe if they didn't fall out with each other during these rallies, then go live and talk about it, they wouldn't have gotten offended about none of the jokes or none of the comments that I made about it. Especially when I click on my damn when I click on YouTube and I see a video of the super fan and a gang of Teletubbies sitting around here. Yeah, Prima Ho, you would never come. You ain't come to the rally. You ain't a real supporter. When I'ma slap you and all this shit. Bitches, you cool? What the fuck y'all rallies? And fuck y'all feelings? The fuck you mean? So how did somebody else derail those rallies when the way I see it, those rallies didn't put the focus on where it mattered? As far as New York, you come out here trying to lie, talking about the Dream Team did some shit in New York when we all know it was Sylvia and her motherfucking drunk friend all on your line. Dana doesn't support me. So? Now what? This shit's stupid. They slow. They know good and goddamn well the Dream Team ain't got shit to do with the superfan fuck ass rallies. They know the Dream Team did not go to New York. And they know Prima Donna ain't the same as the Dream Team. So when they can't even accept those facts, I can't take them serious at all. At all. My question is, why didn't she take her motherfucking ass out there with the crybaby and her friend to do the rally? You can't hear Dana's video? Let me take it off and put it back on. Yeah. Why didn't Flower Pot go and assist with the rallies? Oh, that's right. That's right. Because that means you would have to be in person, right? She just wanted to sit on the phone and bark orders to people and distort that I ain't no super fan or no flunky to be listening to no crackpot.
I'm not walking the street with my ops.
Exactly. Dana ain't walking the street with his ops. Why would I walk the street with motherfuckers trying to taunt me on the damn internet, trying to prove that I'm a supporter when I don't give a fuck what you think? Huh?
What I look like? But let's finish. This is interesting.
He killed everything that was meant to help Robert. Look at every single video.
So what are you doing? You keep making these videos, even though the first video you made, I'm not going back and forth with you. I lose money to make a 7-minute video. But bitch done came out with 20 more videos since. Still don't make no motherfucking sense. Get dumber and dumber with each upload. I can't make this shit up. And then on the icing on the cake, Gemini, is how in the hell do you go viral for the New York rally when you got Snitch 9 over here taking credit because these people were making fun of your stupid asses out here doing stupid shit. Where were the parents waiting on the motherfucking lifetime check? Motherfucker, I would have laughed at your goddamn ass too. It's funny. It's funny. Bitch.
On somebody.
Who did I lie on? Everything I said came true. So who did I ever lie on?
See what I'm saying, Nikki? That's what they do. All of them do this shit. They come out here fucking with people. They think because they delete shit, it's cool. We can come out here and come out with another story. They get mad because I screenshot and record shit. They gotta go in overtime trying to debunk it, even though it's their shit. And then they gonna tell you I stole their work because they some stupid ass motherfuckers. Whereas me and Dana, you can go down our timeline and you can go to every motherfucking thing that we done said, everything we done responded to, why we responded to. You see what I'm saying? You don't need an outsider to come give a reaction to our shit when you could just come watch our shit, which is what they don't want you to do because ain't nobody checking for them. Then you sit here and be on live 15 motherfucking hours damn near talking about absolutely nothing. You in an R. Kelly sector, but you can't even focus on the topic because you want to come out here after you start fucking with people and give the illusion, well, oh, she just go live and talk shit about everybody else. No, bitch, I could dog walk all y'all motherfuckers and be on topic at the same time. You try it, bitch.
Putting up damaging things on anyone.
I put up damaging things on folks because they tried to put up damaging things on me and my kids.
And fuck them.
And I'm going to protect me and my kids. Let's finish.
Gossiping, or he's tearing down the work that someone is doing.
I'm gossiping about what? And who work did I tear down?
Her work.
You speaking on a super fan. I ain't had to tear his shit down.
That's
he tore his own thing down. Because one man ain't no enterprise. Where are the parents waiting on the motherfucking lifetime check? Like, really? How remedial are you Chicago people? Now this way
I ain't gonna put it on all Chicago. He just slow.
All of y'all has had y'all hand out for Keith. Y'all knew Keith was the money man. So now all of y'all had to. And I'm talking about coming from Chicago, because all of y'all seem like y'all want him in jail, because you hanging with Robert Ops. You love June Berry. You was all for it. Even though she faked like she was a notary, and you was cool with it.
And who doxed her? Who doxed Don's mammy, huh?
Y'all stole Robin music. But you want to try to flip it and say, oh, Dana got the music. You seen me tear down folks that talked about, I'm going to release his music. Oh, no, the hell you ain't.
He said, why do you think when Dana asked Flower Child about Rashona book, she couldn't admit that it was fabricated? Cause she do the same shit a lot of these motherfuckers on these platforms do. They want to pander to certain people. They don't want to offend certain individuals because they want their viewership. They want, they want them to go watch them. They want to play both sides, straddle the fence, go over here and play with this person, go over here and play with that person, and wonder why I think they slow. Huh? They want to make statements that will give you more of an impression that R. Kelly must have did something, that R. Kelly is guilty, instead of standing on their own beliefs on why he's not guilty. Because they want to look for a technicality. Oh, they violated his rights even though they helped them do it. That's why.
Let's finish.
Not one video, nothing in 7 years is he doing work to help Robert.
Okay, pause. Nothing in 7 years have I did to help Robert. Everything I've did in 7 years helped Robert. I put my life on hold to help Robert. See how this go? While you running around talking about, and you had a stillborn baby, and because you trying to combat with Randa, and she exposed you just for the dumb chick that you are. I'm not understanding. Would try to lie on me. No.
Talk to him. And Dana J has made sure for 7 years no work got done. He is the biggest threat.
So
to
why
R.
was
Kelly.
you on his channel then, bitch? And why did you think it was conducive for you to fall right into what I knew you was gonna do? Bring your stupid ass over here and try to take some shit from my shit and try to distort it like this image you see on your screen. You came over here trying to make it seem like I was trying to help these people work with Levi and Snitch 9 because you too dumb to understand what the symbology in the image is. R. Kelly is expecting these people he knows, he trusted, to free him. But from my perspective, it looks like these people love the control they have in this situation, having him locked up, unable to freely speak, putting him on these platforms that don't give a fuck about how these people played with him, how these people violated his rights, but then want to play in people's goddamn face. Did you think about that when you took my fucking picture, bitch? No, you came out here to distort some shit, bitch. I want to get to the point because y'all brought up where we getting at with this video about why she came at Kip. Why she came at Kip and why she started coming
Why I
at me.
said,
Because I ain't going. I don't give a fuck who she thinks she is, what character she want to play. Fuck her.
was from 2018. but Kip never seen. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there. Let's go.
And that's me and Kip. That ain't your business. Now with the other chick, I put an interview out here for this man to counter Ronnie Bo, and she decides
Park
to
right
put
there.
his
I'm
criminal
gonna back it up
record
some
out
more,
there.
but you see what did I not tell you why she was mad a month ago? Cause she thought in her goofy ass mind that I give a fuck, that I saw exactly what she was doing and exactly what she just said. She trying to counteract Ronnie Bo, who's been on these platforms for years, while this man is trying to fight for a new trial, and now is the bright idea she had to come out here and counteract a person claiming to be the cellmate, because she want to put the cellmate that helped prosecutors prosecute R. Kelly and is trying to bargain that for a lighter sentence. She think this is fucking smart as a fake ass nutritionist / strategist, but she underestimated this Waffle House worker, because bitch, I got your number. I got your number, and I knew it. And I knew it. I knew it. Back it up. Back it up.
To anything that was moving. Anything.
Give me a specific. You said I have access to secluded. Give me a specific.
Well, you had access to the Kershaw hearing. That's the first thing.
What is your proof?
Sure.
What is your proof?
Sure.
If I had access, what is your proof?
Sure. How often was you talking to Keith?
I didn't talk to Keith during that time period.
Sure. You ain't talked to Keith during the Kershaw period?
Okay, yeah.
Exactly. So are you trying to flex? Just know, matter of fact, just know I'm gonna catch you on some shit.
But Keith didn't have access to the shit that was under seal.
Sharon, you is not gonna sit here and say that.
Have access to that, Dana.
How would you have access to that, Sharon? Flower pot. How would you? If you would say we ain't got access to the shit, how would you?
To go through him, Sharon.
How?
Because he's the power of attorney. Everything goes through him.
The shit that's under seal, nobody saw but the judge.
Not true.
Give me a specific.
Not true. And I'm not going, like I say, it's some things I can't say. And it's some things that I want.
Just a side note for the people who actually followed the case, you would notice that, again, reason why I read the super fans complaint from Ryan Chabot in my members only, because I told y'all, if y'all watch these people, they slow. They are slow. Now, if Agent Ryan Chabot put in his complaint that he knew that people were pulling this paperwork, right? And as we saw all of this shit going on, we saw them seal certain things. What I'm telling you now is certain stuff that they had under seal is no longer sealed. Just putting that out there. And the reason why, in my opinion, they were sealing it is because what I just said. They knew people were out here pulling the paperwork. So when you have people trying to patronize me about reading the paperwork, then they prop other people to come out here and read the paperwork. Then those people start getting mad because people weren't hitting their cash app like they wanted to and started trying to extort people to read the damn paperwork. Clearly, when I provide the paperwork and I give you my commentary, it is what it is. You can do what you want to do. I don't give a shit. I'm going to stand by what I say every time.
Don't say until after this case is totally over. But at the end of the day, you have access to shit, and you know I got access to shit. I just don't talk about it no more because these weirdo motherfuckers will sit back and try to pick apart shit and then go and then rob all these fucking lies that you know about, and it's driving them crazy because now they don't know nothing about what Dana's doing. So I just sit back and I just be like, yo, get it what it is. But Sharon, you gotta stop that though. You going after folks.
Who am I going after?
Listen, and you going after Prima Donna, you going after Kip, and you going after folks that got robbed back though.
Let me explain something very clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't interrupt me when I say
I'm not. I'm listening to everything.
Kip went on and stated what I said was a lie.
No, he didn't.
Kip has never met me. Kip does not know me.
Ain't nobody met
Kip
you.
has zero business speaking on anything that comes out of my mouth because he don't fucking know me. He can't.
So let's park it right there. Y'all wanted to know why she decided to go against Kip. Because she said Kip came out here and essentially called her a liar. But if you go and replay what Kip was saying, regardless of what he says behind the scenes or what he feels and thinks, he was very specific in what he said. And that is clearly when people come out here giving themselves these titles and talking about what they know about R. Kelly and want to give their story times and shit. Kip said that certain people that worked in certain jobs can't speak to things that happen on other vantage points. So if you was in the kitchen chopping up raw carrots and motherfucking lettuce and cucumbers and motherfucking tomatoes and shit, you should know what the fuck going on in this man's bedroom unless you was in that motherfucker. Huh? You come talking about you looking through drawers and you saw pictures of sparkle and shit, that's gonna raise some red flags. You come out here talking about you was supposed to be a defense witness and then come out with some bullshit when that don't happen. Bitch, who you playing with? But to distort what Kip said because you wanted to find a reason to attack him when you was just on the motherfucking platform with him asking for his contact information, then got the feeling away because bitch, he ain't got to talk to you. He don't know you, hoe, just like you just said. He ain't ever met you, bitch. So what makes you get the impression he got to motherfucking talk to you or somebody got to give you his contact information because you want him to address you getting on the internet lying on him like the goofy bitch that you are? Fuck up out of here.
Can't tell me what I saw in Rob's house, what I didn't see. I can tell you who I didn't see, him. I ain't never seen that motherfucker in my life. So how dare you speak on my experiences? So I checked his ass for that. If you're going to speak on me, then let's review your history.
Girl, you ain't check a motherfucking thing. You came out here repeating the same stupid ass shit the super fan and other flunkies came out here trying to perpetuate because you wouldn't stick to the goddamn paperwork, the charge, bribery when it came to Aaliyah, because y'all wanted to come keep fabricating this so-called relationship that y'all want to motherfucking put out here. Then you want to try to say Kip testified at the grand jury, have no fucking proof of that, been saying that shit for 7 fucking years, but then you think you proved a point because you repeated all the shit that the super fans came out here saying, talking about you checked him. Bitch, you ain't checked a motherfucking thing. You sat there with your goofy ass on the goddamn platform with him. You didn't say motherfucking shit, bitch. You came back after the fact when you got in your feelings because you felt slighted and you start lying on him. So if that's your version of you checked him, bitch, you need to go get your motherfucking ventilator or some shit and try to get your oxygen levels up because, bitch, you're too dizzy. You're too dizzy. I might believe you.
Well, let's go here and let's review the history because Kip seen Sharon, but Kip never seen Janet. Uh-oh. Kip seen Sharon, but Kip never seen. Let's go.
And that's me and Kip. That ain't your business. Now with the other chick, to counter Ronnie Bo, and she decides to put his criminal record out there and sort of make fun of the fact that he's speaking now and cast aspersions. Okay, now you're fucking
You a
Robert.
goddamn lie, bitch. That ain't what the fuck I did. I motherfucking ain't. I had questions, bitch, because it didn't make no goddamn sense. That's what the fuck happened. I put up what I looked up as far as who this person is that you done brought the fuck out here, what he had going on. Come to the conclusion that now, as I presented today, this nigga trying to use R. Kelly to get a lighter sentence. So how in the fuck is that gonna help R. Kelly, you dizzy, goofy ass bitch? Fuck you talking about? And she just had to come out here and disparage him. Fuck him and fuck you too, bitch.
In addition to the shit that the information that I found, she gave to the fans on the
Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Hold on. What the hell?
These people would come with this damn weed eater right now. And I couldn't hear what the fuck she said, so I'm gonna have to go look at the other live when she was actually on the platform. I don't know what you just did, Dana. I couldn't hear that shit, but she just lied, and I know she lied because she said I heard something about, and she gave it to the investigator. Bitch, I ain't gave no motherfucking investigator a goddamn thing, bitch. Oh, you just be making me just, something wrong with your motherfucking ass. How do you interpret that? Because I told you why the motherfucking investigator contacted me based on his perspective or in janky ass investigation of the people associated with people associating themselves with R. Kelly. Huh? How did you interpret that meant I sent them some shit? Because the super fan that you out here capping for been fucking with me for 6 goddamn years, and you mad because I said what I said about the inmate, said what I said about you, said what I said about the super fan. Ain't nobody gonna check me, and you motherfucking know you ain't finna sit up here and just be lying because you mad, bitch. That ain't how shit go.
Hell was that?
You believe me? First she sucks in Jake, then you, now Mom. She's like
Hold on.
from outer space. But cute ass. Furnish, you wouldn't even be here now if you hadn't taken her upstairs last night. That was not my fault. You saw it.
Put them on the milk, they'll buy the cow.
It's no conspiracy for
Now, common sense would be just like somebody just mentioned about reporting attorneys to the bar. Wouldn't common sense tell you, even going back 6 years ago, when they was out here implicating Doug and talking about this and talking about that, when it came to the attorneys, when it came to the prosecutors' misconduct, don't you think if people were more in tune with filing complaints, formal complaints, which is what I started out saying in the beginning, especially when it came to Kim Fox, don't you think if people were more on the same page with reporting shit like that, having every legal right to report the misconduct that was going on, don't you think it would have set the stage for the arguments in play now when it comes to all the tactics that were used to get their convictions? Huh? When it comes to attorneys, if people dead ass felt like these attorneys did this and did that, you know they have people they answer to, so you can file complaints with the people that they answer to instead of trying to make your commentary about bullshit and distort why I say this is all ineffective counseling. Like, this shit is, Oh, Jesus. This shit's stupid.
Battle was on a timer. Dumbass Dana. All right. What'd you say, Sharon? I'm back.
I forgot all of that activity.
Yeah, but that shit was crazy. She told somebody on the Boski what happened.
All of whoever was in the conspiracy. I'm hearing about this 5 years later.
What conspiracy?
Does it make sense for you to come out here 5 years after the fact and try to regurgitate what some hurt feeling stupid ass bitches done said? Does that make any sense to you? How? You want to act like you know all this other shit going on these platforms, but somehow you missed the so-called conspiracy that the stupid ass superfan done created in his delusional ass mind. You know about that 5 years after the fact, huh? And you can get on this platform and speak on it like you know it's factual. You could print up you could make up a janky ass flyer talking about sending it to Homeland Security 5 years after the fact, like they ain't already seen this shit. You was a goofy ass, dizzy ass bitch.
This conspiracy to get Debo put in prison for a threat to a judge and well, that ain't none of my business.
What the fuck that have to do with me? What the fuck? So it don't dawn on people that what I was saying was, if this man is supposed to be investigating these threats to the prosecutors and whatnot, what would give people the impression I would give a fuck when it's my opinion that they have watched this goofy ass bitch do the same shit to every motherfucking body else? And it's only a problem when he started targeting the officials and these people that they want to call victims. And then they want to act like R. Kelly made him do it, or he did it on behalf of R. Kelly. And people connecting themselves to R. Kelly want to come out here windmilling for his motherfucking ass, acting like people just, man, what the fuck? That's why crack is whack. That's all I know. That's why crack is whack.
All I'm saying is,
And I'm gonna say this much.
You ain't saying shit.
What he did to Prima Donna is what she spoke on.
That's
she ain't
it.
speak on nothing else. She
That's
has
it.
nothing to do with Rob's case. Why?
Bitch, did you not hear what the fuck he said? Nah, because you were too busy trying to think of what the fuck you feel about it. He just told your stupid ass when the agent called me about the shit that was done to me. That's what I spoke on. And I also spoke on the fact that I don't believe that R. Kelly knows nothing about this shit going on. But that was disregarded because that ain't his angle in his investigation, clearly. Does that make sense to y'all? If an agent that's investigating the threats against these prosecutors was also the same agent that was investigating R. Kelly's so-called trafficking, he picks up this new investigation with the prosecutors as a result of the super fan. We've seen multiple times where they contributed R. Kelly associates with doing janky shit. Even when it came to Demetrius Smith getting on that stand, telling what he did, what he participated in, and it being contributed to one of the predicate acts of R. Kelly in this RICO that he was charged in by himself. And people want to get out here, well, even if you take away Azriel, he still was convicted of this. If you take away Azriel, the foundation to the RICO collapses. Hello, they have to go by this timeline to establish these predicate acts. So if you start taking out people, that weakens the case. If you pad it with all this extra shit, even come in with all these uncharged acts that R. Kelly didn't have shit to do with, you get these people deals, so people be trying to glaze over how it contributed to the prosecution of R. Kelly. I can't make this shit up.
You all were talking to Ryan Chabot has nothing to do with Rob's case.
While you all were talking, hold on, let's get something correct.
As you bringing it up then, bitch. Because you can't comprehend. I wouldn't give a fuck about who the dumb bitch threatened. From them prosecutors to the damn jury person he going through his legal shit with now. So next she gonna say, we made him threaten the goddamn juror because his stupid ass didn't want to pay a traffic ticket. The fuck that got to do with us? Oh, they made me lose my lawsuit. And you been on the internet fucking with people. That's typically when you should set your stupid ass down somewhere then, huh? Don't you think? If I was trying to sue some motherfuckers for this, and that, I'd be on perfect behavior. But no, y'all want to gaslight a bitch. Well, you got the freedom of speech. Well, when your motherfucking freedom of speech costs you your freedom, don't bring your stupid ass out here talking about it's this person's fault that I'm stupid. It's your own fault, bitch.
Listen, I told you how that happened. So now that we all here, let's revisit and say it again.
Okay.
I got a call. I got one. Hold on, y'all. Because Levi called me with Ryan Chabot on there, and Ryan Chabot asked me.
You had no idea.
Hold on. No.
That was my whole point. Years ago, if these people felt like the attorneys was in cahoots and doing this and doing that, I don't see how bringing it to YouTube, making it commentary was supposed to benefit R. Kelly. And to get mad at the person telling you is stupid, I don't know what to tell these people because it was. And I still say it to this day. Still stupid. It's people that these attorneys have to answer to, past and present. So again, to sit here and question how the fuck YouTube bloggers are gonna free R. Kelly instead of realizing if a motherfucking attorney don't do their goddamn job, you should motherfucking report him. And I ain't got to incite a motherfucker to do that. Now do I? Huh? Damn sure ain't got to incite nobody to contact Homeland Security when everybody knows or should know Homeland Security deals with specific crimes. You don't just think up shit out the man. Stop. If you don't know what Homeland Security details, I don't know what to tell you. You need to go Google that.
Ryan Chabot asked me, what's my issue with that dude? I told him what it was. Ryan Chabot said, oh, well, you might not want to say nothing else to him. Just let him talk. Just let him do that. And I said, how the fuck am I going to let a nigga talk, but it's playing with my goddamn kids?
Now pause what he's saying. I wouldn't know if he was on the phone with Larry and Shabbat. Not my concern, not my business. Don't give a fuck. But essentially, if I'm told the same thing when this motherfucker called me about the shit that's going on with me, and I'm told, oh, you got to take your information off these websites. Oh, you should not post certain things on your social media because this motherfucker don't want to prosecute the stalking and all that shit that's actually being discussed because motherfuckers on the internet want to fabricate some bullshit because the motherfucker contacted me. Like I contacted him. He contacted me. Y'all saw them continuously trying to insert me in their rhetoric. So put two and two together.
And then he said, well, they might have. So then when I found out what it was, that's when everybody wanted to, oh no, let's go to the police. Let's go to the police. No, let's reopen that motherfucking case because the shit that was used was from 2018, not from 2024. So therefore, that's obstruction of justice. And everybody involved need to go to fucking jail.
What are you talking about?
Oh, now is what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the same shit from 2018 from protecting motherfuckers that was calling you, lying on me, and that's what they use. So now let's reopen the case because that's obstruction of justice.
Talking about Dana?
Oh, you know what, Sharon? Come on.
You been here in 2018.
Listen. You are not slow, Sharon. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, break it down. Explain it to me like I'm 6 years old.
Oh, okay.
I was not here.
Okay.
I didn't know you in 2018.
You did? Because you was doing videos on me on Twitter.
See, that's why these people be trying to play the 50, because even though we all know January 2019 is when Surviving R. Kelly was dropped, right? You would have to be special to ignore that people are telling you that, especially me specifically, I came into this before Surviving R. Kelly. I was watching Tim Savage come out here with all his cult accusations, right? So with that being said, for her to sit up here, I didn't know, bitch. So you mean to tell me you wasn't in cahoots with Dr. Rice trying to act like a specific individual was a minor, putting that shit out here on the internet because you was going at Dana then? You don't know what he talking about. That you don't know, bitch. Fucking ass, stupid ass shit is this.
Surviving R. Kelly had not came out yet.
Exactly. And we was beefing like a motherfucker.
Exactly.
Are you on medication?
No, you are.
You need to be.
Motherfucker, I did.
Listen, you are.
Negro, I did not even have my YouTube channel up and going until August.
We wasn't going at it on YouTube.
Where were we going at it?
On Twitter. That's when you call.
Twitter.
That's when you called me a delusional rat. And I called you the ghost that never walked. Okay, Facebook. Okay. Facebook.
Yeah, delusional rat, that sounds about what I would say. Yeah, go on. What else did I say?
So I'm telling you, and then going into 2019, that's when Sylvia called you with that lie and said I was sleeping in the trunk.
So park it right there. Before that, how many of y'all recall when the teen lies was all on social media? We was the P-Hive. We was all kind of slanderous ass names and shit. They was coming at me. They was coming at Dana. I didn't see a lot of these some bitches that wanted to start a platform on YouTube watching us getting offended by certain shit that obviously is above their comprehension. That clearly is why I told people you might need to go back and start doing your own research, because to come in on my shit, to come in on Dana shit, to start blending the two, even though you know good and goddamn well I'm my own entity, Dana is his own entity. So when you start trying to merge the two, just like when you try to merge me over there with them people that I clearly said people shouldn't have been fucking with in the beginning, because either they got to be slow or they deliberately putting out this bullshit. Either way it go, I wasn't finna be arguing about the stupid shit, period. But as far as the Dr. Rice shit, keep following the trail. Why was shit going left? Because people was doing all this janky shit in R. Kelly's fucking case, including when Sylvia came out here releasing the Dr. Rice audio with Azriel, Richard Arline, and Dr. Rice. Then they out here trying to downplay the fact that the government is putting out there that R. Kelly's associates was trying to bribe Azriel. Then when you skip on down to Michael Williams' paperwork and you see that he went from trying to blow up Azriel's car to going to the money man house, and you trying to figure out, or you trying to skip around while the feds are connecting this shit to R. Kelly. Come on now. Like, come on now. And when I'm putting the collages together and people want to act like, bitch, you could have just went on and read Michael Williams' paperwork and you would have seen this, and that. You could have read Richard Arline paperwork, and then when you seen him pop out in the New York trial as a John Doe, man, if y'all don't stop playing these reindeer ass games, because it only worked with the people who didn't read paperwork and understand what was going on. It's one thing to read the paperwork and still try to give your opinion on it when you don't even understand what the strategy from both the prosecutors and the defense is. And when I'm saying during the trial, there wasn't much of a strategy, what it seemed like to me, with the defense. And if the inmate is sitting here giving information to the prosecutors, come on, put two and two together, man. Come on. They knew they could have, man, they knew this. That's why you had Don out here talking about he had to go to the storage and get this music, because they knew it was going to be forfeited. But they wanted to come as the opportunists and try to make some shit happen. Is it my job to speculate on why? No. But when we have R. Kelly coming out here saying, leave my music alone, it's very clear that he ain't had no parts in it. Duh.
Sylvia were best friends. Don't rearrange the shit.
We were cool. Oh, I'm not rearranging nothing. We were cool.
You and Tom were the last two standing.
Bullshit.
The last two standing. Every
Bullshit.
walked away with you. Sylvia was your ride or die.
No. She was not my ride or die. Listen, that lady tried to stab me in the back, and when the shit didn't work, I became partly enemy number one to everybody, and I ain't give a fuck.
You got her car and everything else.
I got her car. Hold on, Sharon. The conversation went like this. Dana, we got a car that Ronald not using, and you don't have a car right now. So can you take over the payments, because we can't afford this? And me being a friend, so I said, yeah. And the whole time, that was just something to have over my head. That shit don't work.
Okay, but you all were friends for at least a year.
Facts.
At least a year.
But you know what? That's a harsh word to use. I thought we were friends.
You go to her house, you friends with her husband.
But I went to her house once. Matter of fact, I went to her house once. And see, and that's what people don't understand. Her husband thought I was fucking her.
Right. Did you buy his car, yes or no?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And because he couldn't afford it. And neither could she. And I thought I was helping out a friend.
A friend. There you go.
Right. Listen to the words I'm using. I thought she was a friend. She was never a friend to me.
And you fell out when she was doing the New York rally.
Bullshit.
She wanted
No.
to separate from you.
No.
And you decided, whatever. I don't know what the hell would happen between y'all.
No, but that's not when we fell out. When we fell out is when she was grabbing nigga dicks at my cook-off.
Okay. Were you jealous?
No, I wasn't jealous, but you put me in a fucked up predicament.
Maybe she was horny. I don't know.
But you put me in a fucked up predicament.
Ain't no nigga ever had a problem with having his dick grabbed. Now,
Listen. It wasn't my dick thing. No.
Because like no straight man gonna have a problem with anyone grabbing his dick.
Listen, she wasn't grabbing my dick. And the problem was her husband was under the impression that I was fucking her. So while she on camera grabbing dicks, you're not going to put me in a predicament where I got to defend myself for some shit.
Out over dicks.
No, the main reason why we fell out, if you really want to hold on to the back of the firm. But then when I seen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
But then when people from the firm told me, act like it was fuck me, so I said fuck everybody.
What is the firm?
That's the group that I had.
Okay.
And then the second part was the Dr. Rice shit. No, I'm not going to stand by no federal shit. No, I'm not going to jail for nobody. And that's right after you was on the panel with Dr. Rice and the Fire and the Flame, whatever that shit was, which was June Barrett. And y'all was burning my ass up over nothing. Because I said Dr. Rice shouldn't have been talking to Azriel.
Okay. Where was he talking at? Oh, right, on that call with Richard Arlen. Okay.
And before that, me and you got into the beef because I said Sharon Wimbush is dead. And I went on live and I showed the obituaries. And then you came back and I still got the motherfucking screenshot from 2020. And you talking about, I ain't dead, bitches. So yeah. So trust me, your timeline is right there, Sharon. So don't say I don't know. I'm just saying, if we gonna fight for chaos, should nobody be going after nobody? You're taking it that way.
No. I never, be clear. Number one, I've never met Kip Hinton in my life. Number two,
Damn, why you gotta say his whole name?
Kip Hinton. Number three, Kip is in zero position to tell Sharon Wimbush what the fuck she did or did not see. Period. Now, if he says that behind the scenes, that's one thing. But when you put that shit on the internet, you're basically calling me a liar, and they include you. How does that get to Dana saying Sharon, fuck Sharon Wimbush, or Sharon Wimbush, fuck you, or whatever you said? How does that involve Dana J?
I'm saying, because that's my brother, and Prima, my sister.
That ain't got shit to do with you.
And it's just funny how
that's like
once you linked up.
I'm beefing with Sylvia, and then whatever the analogy.
Nah. I want to hear this analogy because
I got too twisted in it.
Yeah. I know what you're about to say. Oh, it's like, and you about to say, oh, it's like me.
Oh, the hell fucking no.
I was beefing with Sharon. I was beefing with Larry. And I started to fall out and with Sylvia. That's when the crack started happening. Sylvia called you and told you, oh, Dana fucking an underage girl, Jasmine, and Dana was sleeping in the Trump Tower, and Dana was running behind the goddamn Sprinter. You opened up your platform and had a
video. She showed the video of you chasing the Sprinter, so she had to
listen. But I wasn't chasing the Sprinter.
You were in a dead heat down the street, Dana. Stop it.
No, watch this. Watch this. No, watch this. This is what happened. And this is how you shut down the lies.
Okay.
Uncle Bug pulled in the middle of an intersection. And the light turned green, and the police told Uncle Bug to pull off. Robert said, pull down there. Everybody meet down there. Me, Denise, Denise, somebody, I'm not gonna say his name, but that person, all of us ran to go get in the Sprinter because we was going over to Starbucks. That's the same day that Rob was gonna call the police on Lolo because he kept following in a Sprinter. And me and Denise had to convince him not to do it. So while Sylvia is supposed to be my friend, my right hand, why is she sending you videos lying?
She made those videos public.
I didn't see the video until me and Randa got to beefing. What up, Shan? I was the talk of every channel. Tracy Point of View. Who else? Keish T.
You ran after the Sprinter?
Oh my God.
That shit was funny, Dana.
That was the biggest joke. But that was the biggest joke. But y'all got mad when I talked about Sylvia can't buy a salad in New York.
Oh, I think you're mad. Do you want me to murder Andrew Walker? That's not talk.
Say that again?
You want me to murder Andrew Walker?
Yeah, you can go ahead and merge in your sister. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Once again. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I get to talk to the Golden Girls tonight. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't play.
I get to talk to the Golden Girls tonight. Thank you for being a friend. Listen. Rob ain't never.
Now y'all can see the pattern in what I began to observe, because like I said, they be acting slow when I told them that clearly if you go through my catalog of work, you can see how I started my research, right? You can also see when all of these people who people were saying were supporters started to come in. You will see even when, I was trying to be the bigger person and going on Phase's channel, going on a couple other panels, until I realized I'm not going to be grouped with these individuals. Like, they could do what they do. Even when I went on Choke panel, and then when they started doing the group panels, I made it 100% clear to Choke, I ain't doing no panel with them. They can have it. They can have it. Because at the end of the day, what we began to see was this pattern of all of these people sending the same type of information from platform to platform. You would notice people in the chats, they would come in and start to introduce certain things being said. All of these people will skip. A lot of this information was being sent to me first, because again, even going back to those cards I previously mentioned, they were putting it out there as though Dana was doing it. Dana was doing it. Dana was doing it. And they would get mad because I'm not going to get on my platform and say Dana did this, Dana did that. I'm going to come out here and put it out there, though. I'm going to put it out there the way I want to. And guilty conscience start to speak, start to bark, start to get offended. Those are personal problems that I didn't care about because I wasn't trying to hide anything. So with this being said, when people watch these select channels, and from my perspective, I feel like a lot of these people get reactions to Dana's commentary because other people act like they hate him so much, but they can't stop fucking watching him. They just want to watch it from somebody else's channel. And that shit crazy as fuck. That's why I'm putting this shit on my platform, because when I started to notice this pattern with all of these people, they can come out here and incriminate this person, fall out with each other, make up, get back together, come back out here, start ganging up on Dana again, and wonder why. To me, that's just a reflection of them. I don't have to take nothing from them, because as far as information, they ain't putting out shit. I've been on this live 3.5 minutes, and every point that I've made has what? Revolved back around R. Kelly. They will sit on this bitch 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all these hours going at each other. Then come back and tell you all Dana do is fuck with people. I can't make this shit up.
Huh?
What are you putting me in jail for? Because you know what happened last time.
Yeah, because you listen. Listen, I know what happened.
What was going to happen and what was happening. While he's going back and forth with them, they fishing for information. And the more they keep coming out here hitting them lives, the more they are so anxious to tell us and Dana how involved they were behind the scenes doing shit. So when I come out here and I say it's janky, I can leave it at that. I don't have to speculate. I don't have to come out here and turn everything into a shit show. But I documented it for a reason, as I've said. Because at the end of the day, whoever played a role in R. Kelly's case in helping these people manufacture that shit and secure janky convictions, need to be held accountable, right? I mean that.
Got together and flooded the goddamn prosecutor, and she got overwhelmed.
All of us got together to get here. But tell me
Oh, so who? Okay, so Angie, so who did it?
who did what?
Huh?
Who did what?
Oh, you just said all of us ain't get together and do shit. Oh, so who did it then? Because you was part of the game.
What are we going? What are you putting on the jail for?
So how many motions for Debo did you write?
First of all, I have never wrote a motion for no goddamn Debo, and you can't put me in jail for that. What else you got?
So
you want to know what motion I'm curious about? Who wrote? I want to know who wrote that motion that was submitted when Greenberg had to come back and say R. Kelly had nothing to do with it. And while people was on this internet talking about a Baltimore connection, Dana did it, didn't make no sense. It also didn't make no sense that people wouldn't track down and figure out, well, if R. Kelly's attorney is saying he didn't put this motion in, who the fuck did? Because that's fraud. Huh? Nope. People want to come out here with they bullshit and wonder why I think it's a whole lot going on in between these platforms that I ain't got to speculate about. I just watch and laugh.
Well, if you never wrote a motion for Debo, why would I be putting you in jail then?
You just said you're going to put me, Sharon.
I said I'm putting all of you motherfuckers in jail. And because y'all trying to play that motherfucking whole shit for that he was doing, and when I was explaining it, Sharon act like she ain't know what I was talking about. But yeah. I don't even know what you're talking about at this moment. Let's go. I'm just trying to figure out. Let's go read. Okay.
I'm going to jail.
Okay. I just spoke on it, and I please talk.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
You do know that there is a discovery phase in every case, right? Mm-hmm. You do know that I can prove that I ain't writing no motherfucking motion for Debo or nobody around here.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You sure?
And you can't play them games with me. Let's go to the next.
So that means that Debo public defender liar then, right?
Hush. When did I?
Why you want me to hush? Oh, I can't speak?
No, because okay. You just trying to play a game or whatever. I didn't say this. I didn't say this. Debo told me she didn't write it. Thank you. He told me she didn't write it.
Hey, Sharon, but hey, Sharon, can I ask you a question, Sharon?
Nothing. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Sharon?
Yeah.
If
I didn't write it.
Now listen, but if me and you robbed the bank, it can only mean you know, right? Am I going to jump out there and say that you robbed the bank?
Writing a motion ain't a big deal. That's not illegal.
No.
So
see, I was.
If she did and she didn't work.
See, I was getting to that point. Get that. But y'all have proved a bigger point. But I ain't gonna tell.
Point. Okay, well, I ain't got time for all of that. Come on.
Angie, you don't got shit to do. You in that goddamn room. You don't got nothing to do.
When did I talk about Skyline's mother and why?
When you did them 2 goddamn videos.
What videos?
Matter of fact, take them off of private.
I don't have nothing on private.
You're a liar. You're a liar. Take them videos off of private. Just like I told you, take the videos. Just like I told you, take the video with me off of private.
I don't have no video with you on private. I don't have no video on private.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Ann. All right,
Okay.
okay.
I did this for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
None of that's going to work for me. You're trying to, the charisma, to try to will me in. None of that. We stand on the facts.
Listen, I'm not trying to will you in. I'm speaking on nothing but facts. You denying them. You denying them.
So then we're saying about Skylight Mother. Why would I talk about Skylight?
So here's what I'm going to do. Since they say I record everything, right?
Every time, all the time, you always have, either some manufactured evidence to try to support whatever lie you telling, but conveniently now, when we're asking you, come on, now you're gonna have to put a receipt up or something. That's a receipt, man.
All right, so
on private, or
all right, so
nobody screenshot it. Y'all will screenshot my pictures, but you ain't screenshotting that.
all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the whole video, and because I got the whole video downloaded, okay? I got the whole video downloaded. So now what? I'm gonna play it on my time, not on your time.
No, of course you're gonna play on your time because it ain't no fucking video.
I promise you it is.
Listen here, I'm gonna tell you this.
We got it all, baby. We got it all, Dobie. We got it all. Why not shut the fuck up? And you know what? Are you telling me shut the fuck up one more time?
I'm in Florida and it's hot.
It's hot as a motherfucker, and I'm in Georgia, and it's hot as a motherfucker. What you saying?
Lose their fucking mind. I'm not trying to play games with you.
Angie, you full of shit.
No,
you full of shit.
You full of shit.
All right, so Angie, can you tell me your bar number?
I'm not telling you my motherfucking bar number. You sound like
you don't got none, goddamn it. Tell the goddamn truth.
That's what?
You don't got no bar number. Tell the goddamn truth. Tell the truth.
As a matter of fact, I got 2 of them.
Oh, so now you got 2 bar numbers, baby.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. So listen, if you say I don't have a motherfucking bar number, then check this out right here.
Walmart don't give out bar numbers, Angie.
Hold on. Let me take them. Let me help you out.
Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let her talk.
And there you go.
This is gonna be really, really good, y'all. Let's listen.
Yeah. So you remember when you falsely had Sylvia arrested?
When woo! Let's go get good. When I falsely had Sylvia arrested? When I falsely had Sylvia arrested?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm glad you said that. When did I falsely have Sylvia arrested? Watch this. Watch this, Angie. You got to know that the detectives do their research, right? If nothing would have came,
and you got to know there's paperwork with that, don't you? Don't you?
Back to Sylvia. And if Dennis didn't pinpoint her ass, she would have never got locked up. Try it again, dumbass.
Listen, guys, your question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm dumb as a motherfucker because I just explained the truth to your dumb ass. But go ahead. Why the case got dismissed? Let's go here. The case got dismissed because you and your crew overwhelmed the prosecutor, and she said she didn't feel like that she can prosecute it. Watch this. Ho, watch this. You have to know, since you've been following the case, that the first prosecutor and her motherfucking ass.
Now, some of y'all gonna be watching this on the playback and even in the comments, like, pretty much how I was when I first started watching these shit shows. What does this have to do with R. Kelly? Well, I'm gonna tell you. That's why I refer to certain things as self-inflicted trauma. Because a lot of the shit that they brought to these platforms was stupid as fuck, unnecessary, goofy, didn't make no fucking sense, and essentially just exposed who they are. Because you would be crazy to be on this platform See a whole slew of content creators in many different sectors. See how they do their content. See that there's clearly people that gravitate towards beefing with other content creators as their content. But for the most part, people out here giving their opinions and perspectives and research on specific topics. These people over here, they came, you say something they don't like, they doxing your ass. You talking to people they don't like, they gonna fucking put you in this goofy ass group and then get mad because when you see people that's fucking with you clicked up together, you say, fuck all of them motherfuckers. And then start trying to dismiss what you say as a conspiracy. That's why I don't like a lot of these people on this platform. Because for some strange reason, I can't say that if you gonna sit over here and deal with a motherfucker that's stalking, harassing me, playing with my kids, playing with my family, playing with my friends, if I can't come out here and say that if you dealing with this person, I'm not fucking with you. If I can't come out here and say as a content creator, if you are watching all of these channels that got all this different shit going on and you bring it to my platform, and then as I honestly give my perspective on it, people on the outside think they could come in and distort what I'm saying, you got to be crazy as they are. You got to be. You got to be. At the end of the day, it wasn't my position to be out here playing 007 agent, motherfucking Homeland Security agent, prosecutor, judge, jury, all that shit. I ain't come to try to convince shit, but I knew from the moment I saw Tim Savage goofy ass out here talking about his goddamn daughter in a sex cult, something wasn't right. So just imagine my surprise when as I'm doing my research trying to get to the bottom of this shit, and as I'm doing my research, I'm compelled to feel like, well, now these people coming at me online, acting like I support a predator, acting like I do this and I condone that because I don't think this man is guilty of this. Now I got to show you why I think the way I think. Now I got to show you the things I'm being exposed to that might trigger you to give reasonable doubt, even if at one point in time you thought he was guilty. It don't matter. I can't hold nobody accountable for no moral choices because I don't like shit they do in their life. I can't hold people accountable because they got some fucked up ass people around them and it might not be something that they're aware of. I can't stand by and let the government sit here and fabricate a bullshit ass RICO, and then when you get to deep diving into it, you realize it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Anyways, back to it.
But he got removed off the case and they moved him to another county. Just ironic, right? Just ironic. But watch this. The Solicitor General have an overhead, right? Did I or did I not apply for a hearing for the overhead of the Solicitor General to hear this case? Remember, you said, oh, you can make me a witness. Oh, you can include me in the case. Really?
I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't say that.
You said you was trying to loop me in the motherfucking shit with the tracker and shit. I said, oh.
I was not, Angie. You had nothing to do with the tracker.
I say, motherfucker, put me in there.
You had nothing to do with the tracker. You was trying to defend.
And when you get motherfucker, when we get motherfucker
Angie,
done, you're gonna be smaller than Debo. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I get it. Oh, you know everything I'm talking about. You was trying to defend your butt buddy, and then you talking about, oh, this. Angie, come on now. You know you can't get over that with me. You know we just getting started, baby.
Listen, you cook. You just waiting for somebody to take you out the oven. You cook.
I'm not cooking. Angie, listen. Listen.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell
It
you.
ain't shit you can do.
To the upper room.
Yeah, guide me to the upper room, Lord Lioya. Come on.
Hold on. When you put in the claim or whatever against Sylvia, right? By the trappers, okay?
Okay.
At that time, the only thing that they had to do was at least come up with probable cause, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those of y'all want to know what this got to do, watch this shit, because I'm finna compare the two. The same shit she's saying right there, same shit, can be applied to how I processed why R. Kelly was locked up in the first place. Because when you had people ushering these individuals to Kim Fox, for example, to the grand jury, for example, all they needed was probable cause, right? Didn't mean they had a solid case. Didn't mean they had concrete proof at that time. And could have very well meant exactly what I began to document in my thought process, unraveling the indictments as I got them, considering I knew for a fact they were not sure certain witnesses were going to cooperate. So all these years later, when you start processing this shit and you come to the realization that what the defense is saying was that in New York, you got the key witness tampered with. In Chicago, you got the key witness tampered with. On top of that, you got some attorney-client privilege information being shared with the prosecutors. You got all these infractions occurring and nothing was done about it. So to then act like that shit didn't affect this man's trial, to then be oblivious to, if he gets a new trial, how his defense can come back and debunk all of the charges. You got to be crazy as hell to think I'm gonna sit here and be talking backwards because people can't keep up.
Different periods of a trial, the burden of proof changes. The only thing they had to come up with was probable cause. So you put in that fake ass shit, and
I put in fake.
So if Dana put in some fake ass shit in his case, according to them, how could Kim Fox and Michael Avenatti put in some fake ass shit against R. Kelly? Then get on the motherfucking platforms and be soliciting other people, incriminating people, doing all this weird ass shit publicly, unchecked.
Fake ass shit.
hold on, they didn't. They had to investigate.
Angie, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. Angie, you in Florida and you don't know what's going on.
You're going to get a small. You're going to miss a spoiler alert.
No, I'm not being spoiled. Listen, I'm not missing nothing.
Dana.
I walked every step. You was on the internet. But you keep sitting up there talking about, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to do. Okay, go ahead.
It's not going to take 3 minutes. Hold on. When I can finish, you will make some lies up.
Okay.
Check this out right here. Let me tell you what happened. So, there was probable cause. That means that, no, they haven't investigated whatever like that or what have you, right? Then it moves to who? The prosecutor's office. The prosecutor, and when I gave y'all this information, when it was their case in order to do what? Present their case. Okay? And I kept telling everybody, I said, hold on, because it's going to be dismissed. They haven't investigated, yet. Okay, they haven't did the deep, you know, because they got to be able to sell that shit to the jury, to the judge. Okay, and then her attorney gets to do what? Gets to, you know, rebuttal against whatever the prosecutor has. So in January of 2025, I said that y'all hold on. Okay. Let me catch you up, right?
Huh?
So let me catch you up with something because
it was dismissed in 2024.
So I'm just trying to make sure we processing this right. So when somebody go put a complaint out on you, they could just come pick your ass up without investigating it, really. Just not really investigating it. Just take the complaint. We just gonna arrest your ass if it seems plausible. Then we could take this to the prosecutors. Either way, if this is their theory when it comes to people they like, why is it when it came to this R. Kelly topic, that same logic couldn't have been applied when you came across people like me who wanted to support what we support without being labeled, mocked, ridiculed, harassed, all that shit? Everybody could easily have started their platform feeding into all the salacious shit. You could get R. Kelly on his platform, on your platform, to tell what happened to him and not give a fuck. And they ain't gonna give a fuck. But the minute that I began to see things for what it is, these people think we crazy out here. First of all, they done told us good people that everybody knew that this man was doing this shit that they accused him of for 30 fucking years, and it was all cool and gravy while the money was flowing. But then when the money ran out, that's when the problem occurred. And then try to flip it like we the supporters are the enablers after they accused all these people working with him that had dealings with him of being enablers. Put that to the side. Now the people who support his music, we're enablers. Now they got to push this mute R. Kelly rhetoric. For 6 years down the line, you come back around and still be having these debates. Is it wrong to listen to R. Kelly? You still watch Disney, don't you? You still watch Miramax, don't you? Why would it just be exclusive to R. Kelly if we want to just have this moral conversation? So that was my biggest thing when it came to Teen Lives, when they came on these platforms with their opinions, which they had a right to have. But when you came over here fucking with people who don't agree, who will not allow people to change the narrative, as Gerald Grigg said, you would have to be slow. I guess this is one of them controlled opposition situations that I've talked about as well on my channel. I don't like when people selectively try to chime in on my view of things when you never took the time to understand why I view it that way, even though I'm telling you over and over. You just choose not to hear it. You just choose you're going to be distorted and then try to tell me because I don't submit to what everybody else is saying, I ain't for this. You crazy. Anyways, I'm going to leave that right there. Y'all could go check out the rest of Dana's live. I done been on here. Goodness, 3 hours and 53 minutes. This is the longest. No, I done had one a little bit. I don't know. This is a long live. Just a long live. The prosecution department hired Flower Chat to distort the masses by offering content creators cash app as long as they cause controversy. I mean, it's possible. She used this word circumvent. Think about what that means. People were out here going against the propaganda machine being pushed. R. Kelly has a cult. Right? So you had to bring in some people to circumvent the people that are saying, hold on now, that ain't making no sense. Hold on. Hostages? Hold on. Wait a minute. This not making, When you had to bring people in, and then when you reflect on all those people that got offended when they weren't getting the cash apps, when they weren't getting the support they felt like they should get. If this was something that you came in with good intentions, I don't understand that. I don't ask y'all for shit. But you'd be crazy as hell to think I would allow a gang of misfits to make me feel any way about anything that I push on the channel that I built. This is my shit. I say what I want on my shit. I don't have to ask permission to question shit that's put out here publicly. So I would think that by now people would understand how to strategize a little bit more cohesively with the fact that if they do some janky shit, I'm gonna say it's janky. Fuck you talking about? With that being said, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Hope y'all have a great day. Thank y'all for taking the time to watch this live. For those of y'all that hit that playback, I appreciate you as well. See y'all on the next one.